Hey everybody, welcome to episode 84 of the EunityGaming podcast. It is Thursday, September 2013, and I am Somppi.
Fuck it, I'm Riccio.
And I'm Kumar.
And I totally fucked up the date on that. It is
September. September 2013. We're asking for the entire month.
It is September 26th.
First ever 31
day long podcast.
30-day podcast. It's no 31.
30-day podcast. We are short Dan today, unfortunately, because he is sick and dying, and Riccio is just about dying.
I'm on the precipice.
Verge.
Yes.
The tip, if you will.
When a book is about to end, you get to the climax.
The climax?
Doesn't sound, that sounds like I'm in the middle of
you're at the climax of it.
Like
in the middle of vomiting out
a climax?
Yes.
That's a completely different
no,
thing.
if I vomit out a climax. Anyway, I'm about to be sick. I feel like I'm about to be sick. I've
Riccio's so sick, he's about to bust a nut.
No, yeah, totally.
Yeah, it's the worst feeling ever.
Totally. But no, what sucks is I've had allergies for like 2 weeks now that I've been dealing with and complaining about nonstop.
Yes, I always have to listen to him every single
Hey Devin,
day.
look, we're playing Counter-Strike. Look, you can't hear my nose. Like it's just I'm trying to breathe out of it and it does like a weird fucking foghorn sound.
It's atrocious.
Are you taking anything?
No, I took Reactin and then I had like
Heart attack?
No, I had these decongestions, which apparently if you take both, it's like, oh, we're gonna clear it up and we're gonna like make it like get open, and it's supposed to do both and then just not do anything and just fucking clear it all up. It didn't work,
Seriously?
and it's been like 2-3 weeks that I've had
Maybe
allergies.
you should just drill a hole in your nose.
But today was the first time that I googled it and I was like, okay, is it okay for allergies to last so long? And then it was just like, oh no, you might have like rhinoseptopia, and I'm like, oh fuck, what is that? And it's like, oh, just everything's blocked and you might get terrible infections. So I started panicking.
Did you go to WebMD? Because that is not a reliable source.
It was one of them. But I started panicking, and then suddenly my left side is like, hey, you can breathe now. I'm like, okay, well, fuck everything. I was panicking.
Panic is what clears it.
Yeah, my body's like, dude, we gotta shoot adrenaline into his nose right now, and yeah, that cleared out. But yeah, now I'm getting sick, so that's great.
Absolutely terrible.
Fuck you, body. Yeah.
You'll be fine.
Yeah. It's probably because I was climaxing. No, but yeah, no.
That's a really awkward time for
What have you guys been playing?
for your sinuses to clear out is when you're climaxing.
Let's just change the subject. What have you guys been playing?
Kumar, do you want to lead the pack?
Sure.
All right, lead it. Drop it down. Lay some 6 beats on us.
So, I
Six
don't know if
beats.
I'm going to wrap up what I've been playing, but
I want you to give us your climax of gaming.
Oh my god.
Oh.
I played a little bit more Stealth Inc. I had kind of put it down for a while.
Are you playing on the Vita or on the PS3?
On the Vita.
Oh, it's on the Vita? Fuck. I'm going to go pick that up now.
That's why.
Shit. I have not touched my Vita all week.
So played a little bit of that, playing a shit ton of Killzone Mercenary. I've got a buddy of mine at work who actually is one of the programmers who plays as well.
Oh, cool.
Oh, sweet.
So we've been
When you
tearing
say
it up
programmers,
online.
you don't mean programmer for Killzone Mercenary.
Just
you
a
mean
programmer.
Oh yeah, like he's just one of our programmers.
Yeah, just to
to
clarify that. So
in
someone's
case-
like, "Whoa, we play with one of the programmers." Oh my god.
No.
Yeah.
If I worked with Gorilla Cambridge, I mean, obviously I would bring you guys out there.
Oh, you would have to.
And then you'd never hear of us ever again, because you'd have to kill us with what you show
Yep.
us.
What else did I play? I played some more FTL, Super Stardust, Spelunky.
You want what's going to be magical?
Oh,
is-
I finished, before I forget, I finished 400 Days.
Oh, really? How was that?
It's, I'd say that it's nowhere near as compelling as the rest of the series. And I
Yeah.
get what they were trying to do, because they kept saying that it was, like, their pitch was saying that it's supposed to be a filler until season
The
2.
next season, yeah.
Yeah.
But even then, like, it goes by so quick. It's a very short experience comparatively to all of the other episodes.
But did you?
If it was the full length, I think it would have been awesome. But it never really. They don't. I feel like they don't give you enough time to really grow into the characters like they did with the other episodes.
Well, not only that, you're playing on the Vita, right? Just to okay.
Yeah.
But also not only that, but well, not that has nothing to do with what I'm going to say. But did you get the feeling as well that all your choices, unlike in the original season, that you kind of made a choice that you didn't realize was going to choose the next like 5 minutes of what was happening for you? Yeah, because I didn't like
do that
that
a
so
lot.
much, but Yeah, I still liked
Yeah,
it.
it was good. It's well done. I mean, in keeping with Telltale's value and whatnot, like it still produced really, really well.
Oh yeah,
But it went by so quick. Like I couldn't believe when I finished it up because they, without kind of spoiling anything, you basically you pick which character you want to play as through this billboard of like missing notes kind of thing, right? Like they've posted their notes,
All right.
so I guess their loved ones or whatever.
yeah.
It's just like an SOS bulletin basically, and you play as I don't want to say what happens kind of thing from there, but you play as each of those characters in a respective timeline before they ended up getting to that particular spot.
Oh, okay.
So it's cool. It's a really really cool concept. It's awesome, and
So
I really hope that they elaborate on it into season 2.
Yeah.
All right. So
But
you
again,
kind of
you just don't grow to the characters as well.
so you're kind of jumping from character to character. And
Not even
like,
so much
No,
jumping.
yeah.
Like you play through the entirety of whatever
Them-
that character experienced,
Okay.
course of however long, and right as you start each character, it gives you like a little text message basically. Like it says, like 200 days in or
Yeah.
140 days in or whatever.
Oh, okay.
It tells you how long they've been dealing with all this. So you kind of get a nice timeline of what's going on, and it all comes together really nice. So I'll say that much. But at the same time, I just feel like it wasn't as hard hitting as every individual episode in season 1.
I want to point out though that you're saying that you don't get the time to like attach to the characters. Those characters are apparently all going to pull into season 2. So I think this was just like a
Okay,
nice
cool.
intro to kind of
Like a little taste.
yeah.
Yeah, that's awesome then.
What's weird is before it came
That'd
out, people thought that those would be the characters that you'd pull, like the characters you would play as in season 2.
Oh, okay.
But not to spoil anything, but by the time you get to the end, it does the same thing as in this first season, where it'll kind of tell you, hey, at the end of this episode, using characters in the first season, be like, Ben followed you, or whatever followed you, was with you.
Where it kind of gives
So-
you the direction and how
Yeah.
they're feeling towards you.
So, but there's to kind of make it, they make it really black and white, where it's like, okay, at the end of the 400 days, like this character is going to something or is doing something. This character is not. So you kind of get like, okay, there's I don't know 5 or 6 characters. You can get all 5, all 6, like one of them even. So I'm wondering how it's going to pull into the second season if somebody doesn't go. Like, do you just never see that character, or does that mean you're going to meet him farther along the path, or
That's some really weird,
Like a different outcome or something.
it's some
Yeah.
really weird like meta game stuff going on. If that was actually
Yeah.
the case, where if you didn't play,
It's done well in the sense that
Yeah.
like your decisions still feel really heavily weighted.
okay,
but,
that's what I really liked about the first one was every decision I made felt like I was doing.
There are some heavy decisions
Some
you have to make.
heavy
They're
stuff.
not. I'd say that
Oh,
they're
yeah.
not quite as extenuating as what they were in season 1, but they're heavy enough that you're like by the end of it, or at least I thought back and I was like, oh shit, I
yeah,
kind of don't want that to be the case. But
Yeah,
especially when you get like, let's say 2 choices and you choose one or the other, anticipating that you'll get like another choice or like another little mini game to do something else, but you'll choose it, and then suddenly it'll just, okay, we're going out that door. That guy's getting left behind. Now we're done. So, by the way, that was the
Yeah,
end of
she
that
just hit
story.
the
You're just
fan.
like, holy shit! Like
so
I thought maybe
there's no like, that decision where you think there might be something else where you can either make up for it or
Yeah.
choose differently. It just kind of like leaves it and cuts it at that.
not only that, they also tell you, they give you ongoing messages where if you make a particular decision, it'll tell you, like such and such character will remember that or notice
Yeah,
this
yeah.
or felt like this or whatever, right?
so
That can sometimes be scary.
yeah. To ask for your playthrough, Kumar, how many people do you have at the end that followed?
I had 4 at the end.
4 out of the like all. How many? Do you remember how many it was? Was
I-
it 6?
I think there were 5
5?
characters.
So I got lucky, and I managed to get all of them.
Oh wow.
Okay.
Even though one character didn't want to, for
Yeah.
some reason, because all the other ones, I guess, were either so highly with the idea of whatever was happening that
Yeah,
they
yeah.
changed his mind. So
Okay.
I'd be curious to hear whenever you actually pull that save file into the next season if you're
Yeah.
going to be playing it on the Vita.
Well, I've
So
decided
let me
I was
know.
like, you know what? I can go back and I can redo it all, but
yeah.
what I really want is I kind of want this to just be as natural as
Yeah,
possible. Like,
just roll with
deal
it.
with the consequences. Yeah, if I
Yeah.
screwed up, I screwed up, and I just want to see
Yeah.
what happens.
Yep.
Because that's part of the fun of that series, right?
Yeah, exactly.
Where you don't get punished for the decisions you make. You just play everything out differently.
Yeah.
So they did a really good job that way, and it's balanced well enough that I don't feel like I have to go back and replay anything.
Maybe I'll do that. Maybe I'll play that for the marathon. Do a full sitting of.
I think
that.
you should, man.
because I finished up one in one season, like one in one go. So
yeah,
maybe
but
I
400 days
finish
is
all
roughly
season
an
one,
hour.
right?
Yeah, you did.
How long is 400 days?
Like an hour and a half, maybe.
Oh, really?
Yeah,
Oh.
maybe an hour.
Yeah, it's not long.
All right, I'll tank that.
Yeah. So
All right, be good.
Sweet. So yeah, other than that though, nothing.
Nothing else?
I haven't played anything too new.
keep clearing my throat. My cold. I think I'm officially getting a cold. My throat was okay. Now it's like, shit.
Well, it should be a pretty quick podcast. I haven't played much this week.
Chump.
What the hell is that?
What are you? Oh no, wait, Kumar, you're done with what
Are
you
you done
played?
with what you've been playing?
Yeah, pretty
Nothing
much.
on iPhone or anything crazy?
Oh, I'm glad you mentioned that because
Ooh.
I put in probably 3 or 4 hours into Plants vs Zombies 2.
Ah, okay.
So I play that every night,
Okay.
and
I can now understand why people are happy with it.
The
I
reason-
was really skeptical at first, but
yeah, when you first went into it, you felt kind of gross, eh? You felt like it was.
I don't really want to say that I felt kind of gross. It upset me to see that stupid message where they're like, "Hey, you can get the such and
Why
such
don't you
chili
unlock
pepper
this for $3?
for 30% off." I'm sitting there like, man, that plant was something I used all the time in the first game.
Yeah.
Like, are you kidding? So it's frustrating on that front, but at the same time, there's enough variety and they added enough new shit that the game still feels the way it should.
Yeah.
So I'm happy about that, and I mean, it looks great. It's fun. I like the variety. It does feel a whole lot different. So I can't knock them for what they've done.
All right, so I'm gonna ask your opinion on how do you feel about collecting the stars after the fact to be able to go through the next
That's
level.
what I've been doing. Like
grinding.
I've been doing that pretty nonstop. Like I think I'm only 4 or 5 levels into the like Pirates Age.
Okay.
Or whatever it's called.
All right.
But I've only played those just for the sake of seeing what the different zombies were like, because that's part of the fun.
Yep.
Okay.
Otherwise, though, I've been going through, and I think I have 17 or 18 stars in
Okay,
the
so you're
first.
you're pretty good.
Yeah, like
So-
I've gotten through most of them.
So I found when I was playing that game, after I went through the first like full path, normally
Yep.
by the time I finished that full path, I ended up with like maybe one less key to unlock a door to a plant that I thought would be interesting.
Okay.
If it, if I couldn't find that, I would go back and grind like maybe something in the Egypt section or something like that.
Yeah.
But I found sometimes the branches will have like a specialty play, like there's a pirate one where you have to shoot cannons.
Yeah,
so to speak.
I've tried those ones.
Okay.
It's in like the certain branch, or not the branches, sorry, but the paths that you have to use the keys to unlock.
Yeah,
They
those
all
ones.
have like a different game mode behind them.
Yeah. Did you find that sometimes where you were not stuck for stars, but like stuck for places where you have not been yet, and you played the first level of it, and you're like, I really hate the shit out of this gameplay. And now because you've got it unlocked, you're like, they're the empty star holes, and it's just that I don't know if it's just a completionist in me or whatever. I'd have to go
OCD.
OCD maybe, have to go and play those fucking levels to at least get 1 star in it, and I just hated the shit out of like that cannon one. Really fucking pissed me off.
How come? It was so easy.
I didn't like it.
Were you having a hard time with the timing of it, or
No, I wasn't really having a hard time with the timing of it. I found myself getting impatient, like having to wait for them to kind of like
waiting for
come
them to
back
recharge.
up again, because
Yeah.
it just felt like forever. Just like,
Yeah, it does take
and
a
there's
little
all
bit.
these things moving across the screen, and you're waiting for them to pop back up again. And it was just.
Do you know what the trick is, though? I don't know
really
if you
frustrating.
figured it out or not, but if you can center a shot into a group of 3 or more,
Yeah.
it'll kill all of them.
Yeah, I was doing it. I was waiting for 6 to come across and just hit them
Okay.
in 6, and work your way from the inside out as opposed
Yeah.
to the outside in, like I was doing the first couple of times.
Yeah.
So
They still haven't announced that game for PC or anything, right?
no, nothing yet. It's just on iOS right now.
I will say that despite the fact that I feel like they've done a good job with the free-to-play model of it,
Yeah.
I would have still very willingly paid $15 for it on
Yeah,
a Vita,
for
for
sure.
example.
If I could have gotten rid of all of the advertisements, maybe added a coin store like they had in the first one where you can buy plants and stuff, but you
Yeah.
get the coin. If you want to buy the coins, you can buy the coins if you want to, or you can grind to get them up.
Yeah.
I would have liked that a lot more than having, because every time I load in the game, it like pops up like rate me or buy this or
Did you say rate?
rate.
Okay.
He did not say rape. Relax, Riccio.
Like those pop-ups that appear that really frustrates me when I'm already waiting for the game to load up.
Thank God it only does it once or twice, but yeah,
even still, it's just very frustrating when you pop into the game and the first thing you see is a fucking advertisement to buy something.
Yeah.
Like, at least let me play a level or two before you start jamming it in my face. Like, it's very frustrating. And now I'm not even trying to, like, before I was thinking of buying something because I really like the torchwood plant where you kind of like shoot peas through it and it lights it on fire.
Yeah.
I was thinking of buying that, but then after the second advertisement of buying the torchwood, I was like, yeah, no, fuck it. I'm actively not going to. I'm actively not going to put money into this.
Yeah.
So it was just a little frustrating that way, but I didn't find it to be that bad. Oh, a great game. It feels really nice, and the Old West level is really fun too.
I haven't even gone there yet, so I'm looking forward to it.
Yeah. Have you played any of the like challenge levels?
Which ones? What do you mean?
Like at the very end, you have like the challenge pyramids, which are the endless levels.
Oh no, I have not.
They're actually pretty fun, as well as
Is it just an endless mode though?
Yeah, it's just an endless mode, and it keeps going, and like you play one level, and then it stops, and then it kind of like brings up the next level and shows you what's there.
Yeah.
So it's pretty nice. The other thing that I found that was, have you beaten the pirate level and just grinding right now?
I'm not even grinding. I'm either getting the stars or I'm going back and starting the. Yes, with the pirate stuff, I'm still going through it. I'm not done it yet.
Okay.
The Egyptian one, I'm done for the most part. I just have, I think, some of the stars or whatever left.
All right.
It's kind of good for like a mealtime game where you can just play it while you're.
Yeah, I was doing that during meals and like when I was watching TV and stuff.
Yeah.
With the last pirate level, see if this worked for you. I'm not sure if they patched it out or not.
All that Plants vs. Zombie lore.
Replay the last level of the pirate one and see if your plant food stays with you.
Oh, okay.
Because I replayed that one by accident once and I got full plant food, and I went to another level and I still had full plant food.
Huh.
That comes in handy.
And so I had 4 full things of plant food.
Did you just feed it all to a sunflower?
So I was just feeding it all to a sunflower. It was a double sunflower too.
Hilarious.
So I had like 1,000 sun off, like right off the bat.
Whoa, hold up. Can you plant a double sunflower just by itself?
Yeah.
I had no idea.
Yeah, it's that's another thing. It's not an upgrade. No, it's 125.
changed that.
That's what it is.
It's 125 for the double sunflower.
Okay.
It will produce 50 sun at a time, obviously.
Yeah,
but it takes 4. I can't remember what the math was. I calculated it because I wanted to see what was more efficient. Wow, I am fucking a nerd.
You are fucking a nerd?
No, I am a nerd.
Okay.
I think it's 3 times before it's like it's efficiently paid itself off.
Oh, okay.
So it in levels where you're trying to produce as much sun as you can, it's great. But if you're trying to, like, there's challenges where you're trying to not spend enough sun, go with the single ones because they are more effective at producing sun for cost.
You know who plays Plants vs Zombies like it's nobody's business?
Who? Kumar?
Dan's dad.
Yeah, I've heard about that.
The guy's beastly at this game. So Dan's told me about some of the shit that this guy does, and it just blows my mind. Like I have never had a problem with Plants vs Zombies, regardless of what type of a level it was, regardless of whether people had limited me to using particular plants. I've never had a hard time, but I've also never thought of the strategy that Dan's dad uses. And when he first told me about some of them, it just blew my mind.
Well, did you hear about him in Kingdom Rush?
Yeah, and how
He's
he
like
just
a fucking beast at it. Like, never fails a level ever.
He's really good at that
anytime.
micromanagement stuff. So
It's just intense, man. Like, I was talking to Dan one day, coming back from podcast, and he's like, "Yo, my dad thought of this great strategy. I want you to try it out." Now I use that strat in Kingdom Rush. I never lose.
Really?
Yeah, it's just ridiculous.
he just broke the game for you.
Yeah, he totally broke the game for me. It fucking boggled my mind.
That's awesome.
Because like normally in Kingdom Rush, you're trying to like strategically place barracks and stuff like that, like in the middle of the map, and trying to make like choke points. It says don't ever fucking do that. Put a barracks at the end of each one of your like entrances. So if you have a hero, put the hero at one and put a barracks at the other if you've got just 2, and then just line the rest of it with artillery, one artillery per choke point, and then the rest of just magic and archers. That's it.
I'm guessing that was just something that you had never thought of.
I've never fucking thought. I was trying to put like choke points at like the middle of the map and like trying to cluster like high level turrets around that. And he's like, nope, just cluster your high level turrets right at the end of your like near your barracks and work your way quote unquote out of the map. So like towards where the enemy spawn, and you'll win the game. No matter what it is, you win. It's absolutely ridiculous.
Huh.
Like I never thought of it before, and like I was playing like the hard challenges, and before I was like losing them constantly and kind of getting frustrated with it. Did that like method, and I beat them in one go. Like I would have never thought of that, and
crazy.
Yeah, it's just super intense. So props out to Dan's dad for that.
Yeah, he's really good at all that shit.
Yeah, I just want to like start texting him and be like, "Hey, I need some strats. Make me some strats for Eve."
Jeez, he'd probably be really good at that. The guy's an engineer, so.
I really want you to play Eve because you would have a fucking riot with that.
I've been told, and actually, that's a perfect segue. So you've been playing Eve this week, haven't you?
We've been playing Eve.
We've been playing Eve, but I haven't really been playing much this week.
Okay.
I've been doing a little bit of mining. The story comes from fucking Riccio this week. The shit that he is doing is obscene.
Well, I'm not really doing anything too crazy. I'm just finally getting into the game. Like, I don't know. How long have we played before, Devin? Like,
I have played for, like, I have, like, 90 hours or something clocked. Like,
yeah,
a decent chunk of time.
But, I mean, the amount of times we sub, like, I just subbed for 3 months right now. Before, when we last played, I subbed for 3 months.
Yeah.
And then, was that the first time that we played?
No, it was time before that.
That was the second time.
Yeah.
So
I first started playing a year, like when we first started doing the podcast is when I first started playing Eve.
Okay, so
I was super intense into it and we were having a great time, and then we stopped for like a year.
So say I've played 9 months ish, and before that I've maybe played a month or two.
Yeah.
And every time out of those, let's say 9 or 10 months, I've never actually played the full 10 months. I've always played for like a month and a half and I'd stop.
Yeah.
But I've always gotten skills during those times, so I'm sort of like leveled up, but I don't know shit about the game. And then this week, I finally joined a corp.
I think it was last week you had mentioned you had joined it on Thursday.
Possibly, yeah. I joined
Is a corp similar to a guild?
Yes.
It is a guild.
But
Okay.
in this corporation, because everything revolves around owning
Cash,
places and
shareholders
yeah,
and crazy shit like that.
taxes and shit. But no, so I joined the Giant Bomb Corp, and I finally dipped into the craziness. They had me moved to some far out place in Nullsec, which Nullsec is there's no security, which means there's no random police people going around. If you get shot, like there's nothing to help you other than other players if they're on your corp or nice people, which there usually isn't.
They will fuck you up and then salvage your ship for shit.
Yeah. Or grab whatever's on it as well. But
So it's like just a more advanced version of FTL.
yeah, exactly. It's just that on a crazier level. But so what happened is before I decided to do so they wanted to bring me to wherever they were, which is really far. Before I decided to do that, I was like, I'll keep mining, I'll keep doing my stupid little stuff that I've always been doing, just keep getting some money. And I was going back to our home base station where we used to sell stuff, which was in Rennes, which was like this trading outpost that's not like Jita, which is the huge thing that's been on like news stories of being blown up and attacked and shit. But anyway,
it's like it's the cousin to it, but like
kinda.
a little less popular.
Everybody says it's better, but it's not, or whatever. People fight over that. But anyways, I was like parked just sort of outside, like towards the warp gate to get to like another, I don't know, galaxy or like another star system or whatever. And I got fucking somebody was waiting for me to port in, and there was 8 people, and I got like knocked out of warp, and then I got my system shut down, so I couldn't do anything, and I just got fucking exploded within like 10 seconds. And I was just sitting there like, I've played this game for so long and I've never died before, and I just died within 5 seconds with something worth like 60, 70 million. I was like, holy shit, this game is super cool.
I got a text just being like, Devin,
dude, I blew up.
Devin, I blew up. I lost everything. Like,
and the best was I was in class. So I was taking notes and doing all my stuff, and just kind of, we'd always just mine in class because you don't really have to pay attention to it. So I'm just in the middle of class taking notes. I look back, and then I'm like, yeah, okay, I'll just warp. And then I look back, and I just see like explosions and me dying. I'm like, the fuck just happened? But
it's pretty intense, man.
yeah, so that was a nice push for me to go like, all right, let's get started in this corp stuff. I'll start moving my stuff across like the fucking galaxy or whatever the hell it is. And I finally moved, and now it's just like people are telling me like, oh yeah, no, you've been playing for a while, just go do this. I'm like, I don't know what the fuck that is. And now I have to learn to, like, the way it works now is we're on a star system that's so far away from a trading outpost that you have to pay one of our dudes, which is the trucker, to go get anything you've bought far away at the market to truck it back to where the hell we are, which costs 25 million for him to pay in like what's that, like just him possibly dying,
taxes,
like not taxes but more just
it's
like
his fee, it's his brokerage,
his fee
it's
of
his
like,
trucking
yo,
fee.
I might die doing this, so you should fucking pay up. So there's that. So now we have to now I'm learning how to like manufacture stuff, like, oh shit, I need ammo, I need to get the resources and build ammo for my weapons, or build the weapons, or build the ship myself instead of just buying it. Like it was.
Yeah. Well,
so
here's the crazy thing that like you have an item that you want to be trucked.
Yeah.
That might not fill up his full cargo space.
Oh yeah.
So like for me it's so cool because he's legitimately a fucking space trucker.
Yeah.
And like he's taking out contracts, trucking shit back, getting paid. You made the point of he logged on today
Yeah.
to
Just
truck
to
my
truck
shit.
That's it.
That's it. So fucking cool.
And it was crazy because like the first, I had to do two things. I had to do because I was super far from where we had to go. I don't want to use names just in case I don't know what. So I had to go from Ren's to another place. So to get there was safer because I didn't have to go through nullsec, but I had to still tip that trucker. So I tipped him like 8 million to get to it, and I was like, okay, that's fine. But what happened was like it was like midnight. I'm like, okay, I'll set the contract. Like, hey, I'm asking you to do this. You'll get 8 million if you do it. I go to sleep. I wake up at like 6 or 7 to play our Counter-Strike matches, and some dude between midnight or let's say 1 a.m. and it's like 6 or 7 a.m. fucking woke up, got on, and then trucked my shit for like 30 minutes or like an hour or something. Like to think that people are actually doing that shit is crazy. And then once I got to that station, then I had to truck the other guy, which took again once like a few hours. And that dude wasn't even online. But so the first things first, when I join this corp, it sends you a mail. It's like, okay, you need to get Mumble installed. You need to get this overview patch. And if ever, let's say you're on your phone, you can use these apps to be like notified when stuff is going on in the game. Like, hey, do you still need to chat with the people? Then whatever, use this so that let's say we're getting shot and you are near home, we can message you and be like, get the fuck on right now. You need to blow some shit up. And then they can just all sorts of ways. I'm like, holy shit, this is like the melding that game into real life, sort of like, okay, it's almost like World of Warcraft's raids, but like how you had to plan among people's schedules with their life. Except for now, it's just like, people's shit is on the line in like the craziest way possible.
Well, actually, okay, so here's a question. This
Yeah.
trucker dude, or any of these truckers,
Yeah.
if they truck your shit and they get attacked or like they get murdered or whatever, is your shit just stolen?
Yeah.
It's gone, yeah.
Yeah.
It's blown up. So you get that ship gets blown up. So you
Yeah.
can't get anything. You can't get the ship, but anything that he was carrying has a chance of still surviving in its cargo, so that people can go and loot it and just take it.
Yep.
Okay.
But there's a low chance
It's like
that it was
a,
going to
just
destroy.
like a DayZ kind of thing where people will just attack someone just to take their shit
Yes.
for the sake of it.
I have managed to. I was mining in my retriever. This happened. I think it was the second time I resubbed, and I was learning about drones, and you can buy all these attack drones. So I had all these attack drones, and I got
Which are little ships that fly around your.
they're little ships
ship.
that will protect you or whatever.
Automated, not player controlled.
My retriever does not have any gun mounts on it, so all it has is strip miners, which are pretty beastly when it comes to mining. Well, I was using drones, and I got attacked by another ship and managed to sacrifice all my drones to get away. But he was just fucking me up in high sec.
Yeah.
Like, just because he wanted to go fuck me up.
Because the thing is, everything in that game is pretty much player controlled. Like, from what I'm seeing now for being in a corp is that we have people trucking stuff to us. So technically now we have to import items. And like the ships, like the stations that I'm docked in, to build all the items, people are going out and mining and then finding the blueprints and making the weapons and the items in the ships themselves. And
Yeah.
then to think that, like, Devin and I were used to just like, okay, going to the market and buying what we needed. But now it brings out like a whole different level of like, people are probably trucking this to this market to sell it and creating it all across this universe that we have never even seen or gone to most of these fucking places. And it's just
Like, that place is one of like hundreds?
When you say create, do you mean like they're straight up manufacturing something?
Yeah, straight up manufacturing.
Like what
There
happens
are-
is there's like blueprints that you can find or make, or I don't know actually how you
I
find
think you
those.
research them.
So you research them.
Okay.
There's two different kinds. There's originals, which you can get, and then there's copies. Copies last only a certain amount of manufacturers before they like disintegrate and fuck up. Originals
Yeah.
can be used an infinite amount of times. Yeah, so you build stuff. So let's say Devin goes mining. He gives himself the ore. He gave me the ore, let's say. I take that ore, I reprocess it into like crystals and metals. Then I give that metals, or if I was good in industry, I could give that to somebody. Let's say somebody else is better. He'll turn that into a gun. Then he'll go and sell the gun. Or
Do you have
he'll
to
make a
pick
ship.
a class though, or
Nope,
Nope, you
you're
can
just,
be whatever the fuck you
just
want to be.
skill up into whatever you want. So the way it works, Kumar, is that
it's like an RPG?
every second or so you get a skill point, and you have like a skill queue
Yeah.
that you can put up to 24 hours.
No, I've gotten...
You can bust it, but you can't put like once you get 24 hours, you can't add stuff after it.
No, you have to add it before.
Yeah, and then it'll push it. But if you can't, yeah. So what happens, Kumar, is that let's say you want to get good in industry, you'll get like industry skills, and then it'll tell you like, okay, to get level 1, you have to exist in this world without dying, let's say, for an hour. And that hour continues even when you're signed out.
Oh, shit.
So you can be like, hey, Devin, you want to get good with industry? You can put like 24 hours worth of stuff. Tomorrow when you come back, just add more skills to it and keep going. So
I'm gonna give a great example of this. So there's a ship that I want to get. It's called the Drake, and I can use it right now, but I can't get any of the fittings required for it. I can use some of the missile stuff just from what I was speccing out before, but now it's going to take me 10 days of actual day training for me to be able to use my shield manipulator, my
all the crazy
stuff that makes the Drake
powerful.
Like I could buy a Drake and load it up with missiles.
It's gonna die and weigh 60 million.
I have to have the shield. I have to have like
How quick can you make cash? Is it difficult to earn all this cash?
Yeah, it depends. I'm making about every 20 minutes about 4 million.
Yeah, so you start off maybe making like Zyler is somebody who just started joining with us and he started mining. And I think when you start off, like your first haul that you would get from let's say mining would like, maybe be like 100K.
Yeah,
and just for blowing up like an NPC pirate ship because there's some of those. Yeah, it's like 8K. But where I'm at, because it's a farther nullsec area, if I go to mine, let's say I get attacked by NPCs, if I blow up one of those NPCs, apparently you get like 600K to like 1 million or maybe 2 million, depending on how big a ship is trying to attack you.
Okay.
So say Devin is now getting like what 3 or 4 million every 20 minutes. I can go out and just go be the dude who's going from asteroid belt to asteroid belt, just shooting those NPC ships and making like 10 million every 5-10 minutes.
Yep.
Yeah.
So it's really it depends on how deep you're willing to go and how unsafe you're willing to like.
How much you're willing to risk it.
Yeah.
High risk, high reward. And the funny thing was, I definitely was playing a level 1 security mission.
Yeah.
And I was talking to Riccio while I was doing this. And I was flying around. I've got a stabber that's loaded up with some great missiles and some pretty good gear. And I'm pretty pleased with it. Well,
a smaller, quick frigate ship.
Yeah, a smaller, quick frigate ship. I spent 30 minutes blowing up nothing but NPC enemies. And I only made, like, maybe $1 million-isk. Like, and that's because I'm in high sec, and the NPC ships are really tiny. But if you go into like null sec, the NPC ships could be like you might fight another fucking like. I was reading up that somebody encountered a battle cruiser.
Yeah.
Like just a fucking NPC battle cruiser, which
those are the ones that are worth like.
So these are completely random encounters, right?
Yeah.
Yep, and they're pretty beastly.
Yeah.
Like they a fight if you are not prepared for it will take a little bit of time.
Yeah. But but what's crazy about the skills and stuff that we're talking about is that right now we're talking about, hey, you can put multiple skills that go up to 24 hours. But as you go on, one skill, like let's say, hey, I want to be super awesome with missiles. To get to level 5, it's going to take about 12 days.
Okay.
So when you consider that, holy shit, if I want to get good, that's 12 days. And then you turn that into like real time in like real life of 12 days. I'm paying for 30 days of time for $12. If I go out and let's say I don't have like my medical clone stuff set to have like life insurance that if I die, I don't lose all like to set it so you don't lose all your skill points or most of your skill points, you could waste an insane amount of like real world time and money that you would have had for paying monthly fees to get your skills up and shit. Like it's kind of insane.
Yep.
Sense.
So the end game is you can buy this stuff called Plex. We've talked about it before, where it's in-game time.
Yeah.
The kind of end game goal for myself is I want that game to be self-sufficient.
Yeah.
Because you can buy Plex, then add it to your account, and away you go that way. Or you can buy and sell. Like there are Plex brokers. Or I was reading a story about a bank that it does nothing but buy and sell in Plex, and you can buy shares in the actual bank, and then depending on what the value of Plex is and how much profit they're making that week, you can sell your shares in the company and make a profit off of that and buy low, sell high. Like it
sounds like a crazy simulation.
It is, and that's all player controlled.
And it's all player
simulator,
controlled.
But it's player controlled. Everything is player.
And like what'll happen is like the price of Plex will fluctuate depending on like I was playing one time when I believe the story broke out that somebody lost. I think it was like $4,000 worth of Plex or something like that.
There's been more than that, yeah.
Yeah, well, this was just like a $4,000 one, and the price of Plex jumped by like 200 million ISK because there was $4,000 less of Plex in that universe. It just disappeared.
So put this into perspective, Kumar. That let's say trucker guy that I'm paying 25 million. I'm like, hey dude, I've got like 100 Plex. Do you mind bringing it over? I'll give you 25 million. He's like, okay, cool. One, he could either be a pirate, just take it, fucking cancel the contract, I'm pretty sure, and just steal my shit. or
Yep.
which has been a scenario
Wait,
that's
you have to pay up front though, or can you like
no, he gets
negotiate
paid. He gets paid once it's delivered,
Yeah,
or
paid
or
on
whatever.
delivery.
Okay.
So
Okay.
so anyways, or you could do that, and it's cool because when you're paying, it's telling you like this is how much you're paying for jumps. This is how much you're giving him, like how much is actually worth. Make sure it's worth more than what he could just steal from you or whatever. But anyway, so let's say I have my Plex. Say he's got 100 Plex of mine, and he's coming to wherever the hell I am, and he gets blown up along the way, and the random number generator decides that hey, that Plex just gets destroyed. That's like hours of your time that you or slash real world money technically that just fucking gone.
Yep.
That's crazy.
So
Eve's insane.
the craziest one, I think, Google it. I think if I remember correctly, the craziest amount of Plex that was ever lost was something like $50,000 worth of Plex or something obscene. Like it was some obscene amount of Plex that was on some shitty little ship that was just flying through nullsec and got fucked up.
Like someone stole that shit or what?
Well, nobody knows. That's the thing, is it's all
It's
random.
just gone.
Yeah.
That's messed up. That is just gone. This is like a crime within the game.
Well,
that
like,
no one will ever know.
well, like people will do Ponzi schemes. They'll build a corporation, invest all this time in a corporation, get it to become a mega powerhouse, and then steal and empty all the banks.
Jeez.
That's crazy.
Like, there's been trillions of dollars worth of ISK jacked from people.
But yeah, it's crazy.
Just because
there's like power people, there's normal good people out there, but like it's insane. Like
there's explorers as well. That's the other thing, is like people will. The map is only like 20% explored or something like. I think there's maybe up to 25 now. So people will just like, fly around and try and explore and like build way gates and like just crazy stuff.
It's insane. Yeah. The whole game is fucking mind-boggling. But Kumar, you should jump in.
I'm worried about how hooked I would get.
It's easy to.
I think you would really enjoy it
because the game isn't unless you want it to be. The game isn't. It's like passive. You don't have to be sitting there doing things all the time to get the most out of it.
Yep.
Yeah. It's easy to be like, oh, today I feel like going to go blow up a few ships, and then you could just sit in your station and be like, all right, I'm gonna set these skills. I'm not playing right now, but I'm technically still getting ahead.
Yep.
It's really easy to not play for days at a time, but only hop in for like quick 10 seconds to just, okay, add some skills to your thing. Okay, cool. Yeah. You can check from your phone, be like, okay, my skills are about to be up, or I'll set like a timer or something.
Yep. So it's cool. Really nice because I haven't played for 4 days. I logged on today, checked my skills were done, added a couple more to my queue, and I'm probably not going to play because I'm busy on the weekend. Yeah. Maybe Sunday I'll log on, kill a couple of ships, do some stuff. That'll be about it.
Yeah. But no, Kumar, you should definitely give it a shot. Even if it's like we can give you like a 21-day free trial that you can just mess around with and not have to pay at all. So if you want to give that a shot, it is complicated to get into. I will say there's a lot of tutorials that you have to roll through. But
I was gonna say I'm sure there's a learning curve associated with it because it sounds intense.
It's cool because there's a huge learning curve, but it seems so intense at first. Too. Well, yeah, it's rewarding, but it seems so intense because you go in and you're like, oh shit, do I want to mine? Do I want to shoot ships? Do I want to build things? Like, holy fuck, there's too much. But Devin and I have jumped in like, okay, we'll just do mining, and then you just kind of, you don't have to worry about the other stuff. You can take everything at your own pace. You can access those tutorials at any time and you can Google that stuff whenever the hell you want to. Yep. You don't have to
get comfortable at your own pace.
Yeah. Yep. So let's say you go in, you're blowing up ships. You're like, man, this part's fun. I don't care about refining. I don't care about mining. I don't care about industry. Just totally just jump into that.
Go get contracts. Yeah. Like people will put bounties on other people's heads,
which I've been stuck with. Somebody put 100K, which is nothing in that game. But now when everybody clicks on my picture, it's like wanted. I'm like, I'm not really wanted. You guys don't blow me out.
Wait. So someone wants you dead.
The guy who exploded me then put a bounty on my head when I respawned.
Yeah,
that's so funny.
So it's like you can put bounties on other people. You can fill out contracts for protection. I was reading up on a story, like just kind of trolling through some forums where there was a guy who was putting together a space convoy, and it was like he had 5 or 6 guys who were trucking these massive ships across. Well, what he needed protection for it, so he hired guns to come and hang out with the ships as he was moving them across the huge sectors of space. So he's paying them by the hour, like in ISK, and like just fucking crazy shit like that. Like that just sounds amazing.
Kumar, if you want, you click the link that's in the actual live chat right now. It's that link. It's people have probably seen it before, the learning curve with Eve, where it kind of goes up and people are like hanging themselves to the top. It's not like that anymore. It is still like that, but they've made the tutorials so much better.
Yeah.
Before, I don't think there was voice. There was just fucking text bubbles, and you skipped, and then you couldn't really go back, and there's all this
Yep.
crazy shit. So you have to kind of learn things on your own. But now there's like
I
full
think-
voice. And,
Picture.
Yeah. I think I might even go through and just like sit down and refresh all the tutorials because there's still a
Yeah.
whole bunch of shit.
exploration stuff, like I don't even
I'm
know.
just like not even aware
But
of any
what
of
I
it.
feel bad is because I felt like I knew enough about the game, and going into this corp, I'm constantly in the corp chat like, oh yeah, guys, how do I just like bust ammo down here? Like, no, you have to build it. I'm like, build it, yeah. How do you build it? They're like, oh, just go into the the refinery thing and just with the corp stuff, just do that. I'm like, so the blueprints are where now? It's okay, all right, let's fucking step by step this. It's like, man, I didn't know shit about this game, which is probably I probably should have known more. I should probably should have paid attention to more of those tutorials, but
It's probably one of the cool things about it, though, is that
Yeah,
just
you're
when
always-
you think you start learning shit,
There's so much
someone
more.
points out something completely new.
But
And-
like, I'm really excited because I want to actually, as dumb as this sounds, I do really well if I write things out, then I can
Yeah.
remember it better. So I want to make like my Eve binder of like, this is what I need for this, and this is what I need for this,
Yeah.
like crazy spreadsheet shit.
someone actually points out in the chat. He says, G-Bob says the people are really helpful in the community. They really are. However, you should stick to forums when you
Yes.
ask things,
Okay.
because I've learned really quickly somebody else had a bounty on their head, and they were just like, how do you get the bounty off my head? And then suddenly the next two chats were like, guys, stop giving me bounties. And he went from having like a shitty like 100K thing like me to like multiple $1 million to get him killed. Because people are like, I'm going to screw you over. So it depends. Because if you're talking in just the general chat, you're not only talking to the nice people, you're talking to everybody out
Yeah.
there who also maybe wants to kill you. So you could be asking, guys, what do I do once I've mined all this stuff? And if you say where you are, somebody will go and find you and possibly just blow you up.
They will no, there's no possibility of this. They will fuck you up.
That's why if people even like no one really streams Eve, or when they do, they have just shit blocking everything on the screen so you can't tell where they are, and it's
Yeah.
intense.
You know what's really sad?
Yeah,
Is that Eve seems like it's a game that very accurately describes what human nature would be like
Yeah.
if we didn't have a government.
yeah.
Oh yeah, no, that's exactly what it would be.
It's
Yeah.
so sad.
Where it would be like people would band together and they would form their own kind of little centralized governments. They would make
Yeah, they would
alliance.
just go murder everyone
it's,
else.
it's tribe mentality at its finest in a space setting.
It's honestly like playing Second Life, except for with a game around it.
Yep.
Yeah.
But it's cool. Definitely, Kumar, give it a shot. I'd
I-
like to
Kumar-
hear what your experience
Just
would
the
be like.
economy
with
by
it.
itself actually interests me.
Yeah,
Well, here's the thing: is if Kumar gets into it and he gets super into it, and he becomes the powerhouse that he is in real life in Eve, I can ride his coattails all the way to the top.
I don't like this hand
the
gesture
top.
up his butt, but yeah.
But Kumar, if you
Anyways.
do want to join in, I'll float you, a couple,
Well, I
like,
figured I was going to say,
10 million
I
isk or
guess
something like that.
we'll break a little bit of a surprise here that we're going to be casting and recording some cool shit on Saturday.
Yeah.
I would love to see some of that
Yeah. Try some Eve, you mean?
if we've got time. Yeah, I just mean not even necessarily even to try, but I'd love to just kind of see it. Like I still don't know what it looks like.
I can show it to you. I don't think we should record that.
No,
No,
it's-
no, we won't record it. I'm just saying
Okay.
I'll take a look.
I was like, that'd be really like, hey guys, this is
This is
This
tutorials.
is Eve.
for
let's do
everyone.
this. Let's do hours of this.
Yeah. Let's do many hours
yeah.
of this.
But yeah, I'm totally down with that. That sounds good. Kumar.
Yep.
But anyways, to jump away from Eve because we talked a lot about it. Also, yeah, we've been saying Kumar to join us. If you guys want to join us as well, let us know.
Yeah.
Anybody watching, we will be as welcoming as we can.
My character's name is Broro. BRORRO.
I am not going to say mine, so people don't bounty the shit out of me in case some random person happens to
Don't
Google
worry, guys.
search
We'll post
Eve
it. We'll post it
Online.
on the podcast.
Shit. I just realized
So
that.
is that. Message me, I'll message you.
Yeah.
But that still means somebody can message us, be like, oh, I want to join you guys. What's your name? Here's my name. Oh, sweet. You've been bombed. So, yeah.
Wonderful.
Yeah. Anyway,
Yeah.
Eve. What else,
So
Devin?
you guys been playing?
I've been playing 1 hour every morning of Counter-Strike Global Offensive.
Being
Are you just
total
crazy elite now or what?
fucking garbage at is what he is.
Today I got fucking spanked. Like
Okay.
painfully spanked. Like it
I've
was
been playing with him to point out. I'm not just saying he's garbage. So
I'm getting better though. That's the thing. Today was the first match where I played against people who are Riccio's caliber.
yeah, we should point out the first day that I played with them, I searched and I'm like double gold, which isn't really that high up, but it's high enough to screw Devin over. But whenever I searched with him the first time, we got everybody who was like unranked with him, and it was just I had a blast of a time because.
And I was learning.
It'll match you guys into a game that takes your rating into effect as well.
Yeah. So the first time it took Devin, because we were playing with Douglas, Aiku Will from the chat, or on YouTube he's got a name as well, and he's also unranked with Devin. So I figured, hey, majority's gonna be unranked, right? So the first time that totally went through and we dominated.
And it was wonderful. It was a great game because we learned the callouts.
Yeah, I told him about the map.
I was, had a decent kill to death ratio. I was learning different things and where people hide and stuff like that. It was great. Then the match,
you got to taste the reality, didn't you?
So the match we played today was not that. It was legitimately. We played against people who are Riccio's caliber. And
everybody except for I think there was one dude on the other team
who was silver but was carrying.
It was carrying everybody, which was crazy. But
but it was myself and Douglas with 3 other double gold ranked people against a team of double gold ranked people, and it was fucking punishing, just punishing.
But you have to point out that. Because you've talked in the past that the community is not so great, and normally, if the same situation that we had, where you have Douglas and Devin here who are unranked playing with people who are higher ranked, and they're getting pooped on, the people who are better on our team would normally, let's say you're playing not StarCraft, let's say you're playing Call of Duty or something, they would just start yelling at him, or if you're playing like League of Legends or even Dota sometimes. People start yelling at him. The dude was like, "What do you guys knew? Like, what do you guys knew?" And then Devin was like, slowly, "Yeah, we started like a few days ago or something." And he's like, "Oh, okay."
And like,
it was a universal understanding.
It was like his test of like, "Are you gonna be a dick to me when I say this?" And then Devin's like, "No, we're really sorry." He's like, "Oh, okay, all right, so it's okay. Don't worry about it.
Yeah,
we can do this, you guys."
He's like, "We can do this. Like, they're around the corner. Just be careful." Like.
He turns into a father figure.
Yeah, it was like this complete 180 of like, yo, you fucking suck. Are you new? Yeah. All right.
Except for
he just wanted to double check, man. That's all.
Except for when Devin and Douglas were having trouble figuring out where to go, and he's like, "What are these guys doing?" Like, just clearly, like he's had enough. But he still wasn't. He wasn't really aggressive.
No, he's just like, "What are you doing?" And then
what are you guys doing? And then they both got fucking killed.
Yeah,
I'm surprised you didn't shotgun shell him in the face or something.
No, I like when it comes to a game where I don't have enough experience to know the callouts, or I'm not at a high enough caliber level for the people that I am playing with. Yeah. I will be very like low key and take directions and stuff. It's not an issue. I don't have a problem with that. You know more. I will learn from you and try and get better. But if it's someone who's the same level as me and is just being a complete fucking dick, in like,
then you insist on shooting.
Then I am just like a dick right back to him. Like, if this was like I'm not gonna pull this out like a league match. Like, I'm ranked pretty high in league. I'm capped out. I'm really good with it. Like, I've got my characters. I'm really good at it. But like when I get people who are on the other team who are like trash talking and stuff like that, I'll dish it out as much as they give to me.
They poo-poo you.
But when it's like I don't know the game, I'll be really quiet and I'll take my dues and I'll just like try and get better.
So consider this, Kumar, that people are playing, like the people I'm ranked with are on my level of let's say I played Counter-Strike like 1.3, 1.6, like this is everything leading up to this, and I played the maps enough that I know kind of nothing's changed enough to know like, okay, whenever you're going around these corners, these are what you have to watch. Like everything's still the same.
Okay.
You have Devin jumping in. Or like today we played like Dust or something. Where
Dev, have you not played 1.3, 1.6 or anything?
I played like 1.0.
I'm sure it's been a while though.
Yeah, it's been many years.
So
I played back in high school.
Yeah.
Jeez. Okay.
So you have like Devin dropping in, and then there's like a minute and a half warm up where you just keep dying and respawning and whatever, just do whatever you want. And you have me like during a minute and a half, like this is short A if you go this way. This is long A if you go through double doors. If I'm saying that, that's where it is. Okay, over here, this is tunnels. If you go down to here, this is the middle. That's where you have to go through. Then this is the middle. Like if you want to smoke, like just trying to say as much shit as I can. All right, let's go. And then just him, okay, I gotta take this information, and then I gotta still play this game. Okay, oh god, what's going on here?
Yeah,
and it's.
I still don't. I think I'm getting some input lag. So I might get your help tomorrow to try and tweak my settings to remove the input lag off of it. Because I definitely think that's kind of why I'm not doing so well as how I am.
Yeah, I recently changed my sensitivity to, hey, I can flick my wrist in 180 to, hey, I can flick my wrist and turn like 90 degrees to the right and left so that I can have better precision. And it's funny because I'll have times where I'm like, oh, there's a dude next to me, and then I like flick my wrist a little bit, and then I'd like barely move like a few centimeters off screen. I'm like, oh man, I'm getting fucked up right now. I'm not gonna.
What do you might use to play with? I don't know how the sensitivity is set right now. If it's just by like if it's just numerical, but
It's
what do you
numerical, but it
mind?
also now takes into like
Your DPI.
your DPI and all that.
I'm actually
Oh,
I'm
okay,
gonna get a
okay.
new mouse because
weird.
the DPI on my mouse is not the greatest,
Yeah.
and so I'm gonna go out and buy a specific gaming mouse. I'm probably gonna pick up like there's a SteelSeries one that I really like. I think it's called the Kana
Sure. Yeah.
or the Sensei that's rubberized.
Yeah.
I've heard really
The
good
one
things
I
about
had,
them.
the Eco 2 something, but I don't remember what company. It was really good.
Yeah, so I'm gonna. How are you liking that?
Don't like it.
Really?
I can't buy Razer mouses anymore.
Why not?
They're fucking garbage. Their cords, fucking garbage.
Oh, really?
I fucking hate them.
That's why I want to
Done
go
with
with the steel. I want to go with the Steel Series is because they've got a braided cord, but
Yeah.
the actual interior wire is longer than the braided cord.
Yeah.
So all the stress is put on the braided cord, not the actual internal wire, which is probably the issue that Razer has.
Well, I don't know what happened with mine. I used to have a what was it called, the Naga, and
Yeah.
then what happened is the thing is with the Naga it made sense. I had a sharp table like the corner, so I was going left and right. It was digging into the cable, and then I was like, oh, I can't move up and down no more. And I look at the cable, oh, I can't see that half of the cable no more. Like it was cut in half. I was like,
Oh,
okay,
really?
that makes sense. But with this one, I've had a rounded table, and there's no indentation or cutting into the cable, and sometimes I'll just be playing and my left and right stops working, and I don't understand.
Oh.
It just I've only had that issue with Razer mice, which is
Oh.
weird. I do use it a lot, so it is probably me just putting a shit ton of wear on it. But
Maybe.
it's,
Well, I'm
it
gonna
lasts maybe a year.
I'm gonna
and
probably go out on the weekend and pick one up when I do it. But
I
anyways,
like Razer keyboards though; they're real comfortable.
the other
Except
story.
when the shift key explodes out randomly, and then I don't understand.
Really?
Did I ever tell you about this?
No.
I was playing. I don't remember what. I don't know. I was playing something that required shift to sprint, and I hit it, and for some reason, it pushed down. And a keyboard is the flat surface, and then the four sides, right?
Yeah.
Well, the side closest to me
Like
just
blue.
blew open, and I was like, "What the fuck?" Then it went like it just did a pop sound, and then there's this sharp edge that I was cutting my pinky on slowly until I fucking super glued. I didn't super glue it shut because I couldn't, but I super glued it enough so that there's this rubber sort of feeling super glue that isn't sharp. So now I just have like a fucked up keyboard.
Oh yeah, I can see that. That's
I
fucked,
don't,
man.
I don't know what happened. It was just weird. I was like, "What the fuck? I've never seen that explode sideways." But
That's
yeah,
weird.
It was weird.
So
I still like it though.
the other story I've got about CS:GO
Click clack.
is on was it Monday?
Sure.
I think it was Monday. In Counter-Strike, you get these cases, which are notorious from Valve, where you can unlock them with keys. The first case I ever opened, I got a rare Desert Eagle with a stat tracker on it, which I think it was about 4 or 5 weeks ago that there was the announcement that they've got stat tracking weapons now.
Well, it was whenever it came out.
Okay, whenever it came out. So I got this ultra rare
Hypnotic.
hypnotic Desert Eagle that Riccio
Factory new as well.
Factory new as
There's
well.
different classes of how the paint job looks.
Yeah, so I got factory new and
If
Riccio.
it's not factory new, is it scratch stuff?
Yeah,
It goes factory new to I don't know whether it's well worn is the bottom one,
factory
battle
test-
scarred,
or, battle tested or something.
yeah, battle tested,
Okay.
minimal wear, and then factory new.
Yeah.
So. And each one is
No, it's factory new, minimal. Yeah, minimal wear, factory new, well worn.
Subby's awesome.
battle tested.
Yeah.
Bullshit.
What?
Well, no,
CS:GO.
I just think it's hilarious
Yeah,
that
he said
you're,
CS:GO.
like the first one you opened was
Yeah.
so
Oh, yeah.
prime.
So the first one I get is this like Desert Eagle that's worth on the market like $25.
Yeah.
And I take a picture of it and send it to Riccio, and all he says to me is, "What the fuck?"
Like no way.
Like
Just super luck.
super luck.
It's funny because the first one I opened as well, I got a stat track, but I had an MP7, which is what. Okay, I was sad when I got it. So I'm like, oh, it's just an MP7. I don't even use that. To actually using it now, and I have like 200 kills on that gun, and I realized how amazing that gun is now.
Sweet.
But yeah, you getting a Deagle
Yeah, so I got a Deagle,
Pretty
which
sick.
is pretty baller.
can't get any better than that.
No,
Nope.
no,
Not for drops.
not for drops.
Uh huh.
And
Right?
today,
Shithead.
I decided that I had 3 cases in my inventory. And I decided today that I was going to use them. I had 2 of the regular cases and 1 esport case. So I put $10 onto my Steam wallet, and each key is $250 from Steam, or $249 or whatever it is. So I decided that it would be a good thing for me to try unlocking these cases. The first normal case that I unlock, just get a random. I think I got like the Dark Waters
USP.
USP.
Oh, that's actually a really good drop.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh.
It's not rare, but it's
I got
also
that.
a stat track. But
Okay, no, it wasn't stat track. So I got that, and then the second one ended up getting this really like crappy. I'm not really sure what one it is. Here we're pulling up the inventory.
Unfriend, that'll work.
Inventory.
Yeah. So you got 2 poopy skins, let's say.
Yeah.
And,
So
you got a Dark Water and you got an MP7 Skulls.
Yeah, I got MP7 Skulls, which is non
sort of
stat
poopy.
track, not the greatest. Yeah. So I decided that I would open up my esports case, and lo and behold, what I get as it's ticking down, because it has this like kind of like Wheel of Fortune style thing where all the guns scroll by, and it's got this ultra rare icon. And lo and behold, it starts ticking towards the ultra rare icon, and we're in class, and I'm start punching Riccio in the side, and
I thought he was trying to make a move on me.
And
I was
he
like,
goes,
all right, Devin, I started unzipping
yeah.
it.
He started unzipping. No, and he goes, "What the hell are you doing? Why are you doing this?" Well, he turns and looks, and I got a knife,
Yeah.
an ultra rare knife, which sells on the market for like
$20.
$125.
If it sells.
Craziness.
But yeah.
Just fucking randomly.
It wasn't stat track, luckily, because like I told him I would have knocked him out in class and just fucking
There's a
stolen
stat
it.
track on the knife.
Yeah,
Yep.
you can get
It
stat
has
track.
scratches on it every time you
That's
get a kill.
craziness.
Yeah, that's cool shit.
So I got that, which is pretty fucking sweet.
Yeah.
So I might sell it and just buy more cases.
I think that's exactly what you should do.
I think what's the worst also is if ever you just Google case openings on YouTube, you can just watch someone be like, "Oh yeah, no, I'm like a streamer or a professional gamer. I have like 80 cases. Let's just go ahead and let's watch me unlock them." And just like having them go through, of course, like 60 of them are bullshit weapons, but you have people go like, "Oh, I'll try it once," and then it's, "Oh, I get a fucking stat track. Oh, sweet," and you're like, "Oh man, I should go try it." You try it, you get nothing but garbage. Like it's so funny how.
Well, it's misleading,
people
right?
have-
Because you think that it's easier to get
Yeah,
something
exactly.
that it really is.
Like you're like, oh wait, no, maybe if I get like the 6 keys that he got, I'm gonna guarantee myself a sick drop. No, you just wasted fucking like $12.
So I'm pretty fucking lucky.
So to watch Devin get 2 lucky things, I was like sitting there today like, I have enough for a key. Maybe I should. I'm like, nah, that's fucking pointless. What am I gonna get? Maybe a knife or the same garbage skin I've gotten like 6 times for 10 cents. Like fuck that.
Yeah, so it's just super lucky. So
Yeah.
now I'm using this Deagle, which is stat track.
Yeah. And now I get to live my case openings vicariously through Devin's happiness until he inevitably will be like, "Oh man, I just dropped $20. I got bullshit." I'll be like,
And then
"Welcome to
you
my
know
world."
what? And then when that happens,
You gotta find someone else to be like, "Hey
I will
Dan,
stop buying cases.
hey Dan, you wanna
Simple
stop?
as that.
You wanna start opening cases, Dan?
Come on, man. Open the cases.
You gotta do it."
Open the
Just like a
cases,
drug,
man.
eh?
Yeah.
Yeah, so that was my hilarious moment today of getting
What
that.
sucks though is that skin, you have like the worst quality of it, like the well worn.
Yeah.
Like, so you don't really see the paint job on it, but what's really cool is that it spins out when it comes out, which is.
Yeah, he like flicks it around and spins it out. So
I was actually watching some old videos from Counter-Strike Global Offensive, and the bayonet knife that you can also get used to just be the default for certain maps, like those terrorists would have
Yep.
the knife, and the CTs would have that your side little knife,
what's it called?
Karimba or something,
Yeah,
Karambit.
Karambit.
The splinter cell knife. But then when at some point they just patched out so everybody has the same knife, and now they've added them again, but now they're worth fucking hundreds of dollars. So that's great.
So I'm pretty stoked about that.
Yeah. I've played some more CSGO. I still haven't ranked up, and I just need to play more of it. I've been trying to get up early with you guys to play, but it's like tough to wake up in the morning and be like, "All right, guys, let's get like 1 round to get me good." And okay, I feel good. And you play, and you're like, "I am not ready." This is no.
It's not bad. I like it. It's I don't know. Like I said, I'm already awake for a couple hours before that, so that's not a bad thing. You know, you play a couple of rounds.
You
of,
should transport that knife on your Eve ship, and then you won't get blown up on it. Just tell me where you are, and I'll come defend you, and then you'll lose the knife accidentally. That's the plan. I just told you the plan.
Well,
Shit.
here's the thing: is I can't even like sell it until Monday.
Because you just added a new.
You added a
to
new
your
card
thing,
to my account, so it's like
That's
not
the
making fraud.
that's the worst because Devon's like, wait, I could sell this and make money. Meanwhile, I'm like, dude, I'll just take the fucking knife because I just want pretty things. You jerk, Devin.
You know what? I paid $250 for the game. I put $10 in keys into it. That's $12.50.
Yeah.
I have potentially made $140 in
I put
profit.
That game was $15 when it came out, I think, right?
Yeah, it's $14.99.
So it was $14.99 when it came out. I bought it for myself. I bought it for a buddy for his birthday on that day as well, I think. I don't know if I bought it for anybody else. And then I bought $25 worth of keys, and I didn't. I got a few good things, like cooler stuff, but
I need to buy the
yeah.
Bravo Pass. That's another thing I need to do.
yeah.
What is that, anyways? I remember hearing about it.
It's like it's a map pack essentially.
Okay.
So it's pretty nice. So the Bravo cases also sell for like $5.
It's funny because when so what happened is the Bravo Pass we talked about last week during the news stuff came out, and then I think it was on Saturday, Valve or somebody tweeted or somehow the news got out like those are now dropping. Like the Bravo Pass chests or cases were like they're now dropping. Fucking everybody starts signing into Counter-Strike and just playing rounds in the Bravo maps just to get them, and you have people drop it, like getting them dropped, and they were selling for $20 or $22 on that day. So people were just getting them and selling them so that later on, when they're cheap, I'll just buy keys out of it and I'll deal with that then. But yeah, I played for like 3 or 4 hours, didn't get a single one, but I can't believe that those fucking cases were selling for $22 because the way it was working is, say you got one, you sold it for $22. Every gun that you've wanted before, whether it's a fucking knife or a stat track, you could just be like, oh sweet, no, I've gotten 5 of those cases. I'm just gonna buy like all the weapons I actually care about.
Exactly,
and,
like that's
or buy
intense.
games.
Yeah, or buy games. Like that's the other thing as well is I can
pretty
keep
crazy.
playing this game, and keep selling cards and like, I have only put $10 in. I bought 1 or 2 keys with money I got from selling cards.
Yeah.
Like, that's fucking great.
You have put $10
really
into it now, so it has felt you felt the like, oh, I bought it with cards, but now that you put $10 in, and you've gotten lucky. You've gotten lucky with those drops.
Yeah.
But when you get to like $25 that you spend, let's say like I've done, or like I know Skinned or our buddy has played that same thing and done the same thing, you put $25 in and you get like, let's say 8 guns worth 10 cents a piece. You're just like,
Motherfucker.
this is shit.
Yeah. I probably won't get too deep into it. Because the cases that I've had just given to me. I haven't won any of those cases.
Yeah, those cases are only worth like 20 cents now, though.
Yeah.
But if you get to the point where you've opened like 3 cases and you've just been getting bullshit, that means you've lost, let's say, $7. Just realize now that hey, you can either put $2.50 for a case, or spend like $1 and just get the fucking gun that you want.
Exactly.
So
yeah.
but you've
So
gotten
it is,
lucky.
like you want so say you wanted that knife that he got, you would just have to pay like $1 to get it.
No,
that knife is worth $120.
Yeah. But so many guns out there, people are trying to, like, because the 2 cases, the CSGO esports case and the just normal case have been there for so long, people have gotten most of the drops. So a lot of guns are still like $50, $60, but a lot of the ones that, let's say, aren't stat track and just have a cool skin that you want for a gun that you like using are probably going to be like $1, $5 maybe.
Yeah. So
max 10.
It's not a terrible thing.
So depends. You still have to start thinking like, okay, I could try to open 6 cases and hope for the best, or those 6 cases will be $12. I could just spend like $10 and just buy that. There's still way too much to spend, but you know what I mean. Like you got to start calculating that, or else you end up turning $12 into like 50 cents.
Yeah, very quickly.
And you're like, Valve, why Valve, why
my
mortgage?
So I just think it's cool. I think this is really neat, to be honest with you. This whole marketplace that they've got going on.
Yeah.
I was kind of like, wow, this is fucking dumb when it first came out. Now I'm like,
Once you've gotten good loot,
this is really good.
Yeah. Now you just got to get good at the game.
Just don't push your luck either, Somps.
I'm not gonna push my luck. I'm gonna leave it alone, and if I get a case, maybe buy a key. That's about it.
Next week, Devin comes here. He's just like missing part of his clothing. He's like, I sold everything.
Guys, I don't know what to do. Those keys, they just got the best.
Those keys.
I don't even have the house anymore. But guys, wait up. I got a sick AK.
With
No,
Stat
it's not real. It's a game.
Stat track.
Yeah. Then we'll be like, we've lost him.
Yep.
You're off the podcast.
Nope.
He's done. Yeah.
Yeah.
You can't even pay the price of free to be on this. But anyways,
That's kind of all I got, really, to be honest with you. I've been playing a lot of Grand Theft Auto.
yeah.
Yeah, like excessive
How
amounts.
you guys still like that now that it's a weekend?
Still
even a weekend.
really good. I'm really liking it.
How much percentage do you know you're in like right now?
About 35?
Do you know how many missions out of 69 you're at?
No.
You're at 30. Maybe you're like at 30 of 20 or 20 of something.
I'll tell you where I'm at.
Okay. Don't worry about it. Don't worry. We'll talk about it after.
Assess.
But what? Okay, that's a side mission.
Okay, well,
It doesn't matter.
whatever.
I will say what I think of it semi here. Because, okay, I'm at 40%. I'm at mission 42 of 69. So 40% done the everything, but 42 out of 69 of the main missions. I haven't played it in 4 to 5 days because I hit that hump in the middle where the missions got so unbelievably fucking boring for me for some reason that I like, that's why I took a break, and then because of that I haven't gone back. But I know it's about to get fucking amazing, but for some reason, because of where I left off, it was just like,
was it just the game itself? Like, were you just kind of over playing it, or
no? Because there's still a ton of crazy shit to do. It's just that I've been also trying to play other stuff as well. Like I've gotten hardcore into Eve, and where I've gotten into Eve, I can't just passive it. Like I have to fucking pay attention to what I'm doing. So there's been that, but it's just, I'm not saying the game is bad. It's just there's a hump in the middle. Let's say where for 4 or 5 missions, it's a lot of
Drive here, drive there.
not even like you'll drive, yeah, sure, but when you get to those places. There's not really spoilers, but there's like you'll know when you get there, but there's a certain thing you do on a dock. And that is an exceptionally long, boring fucking mission. And then it leads up to something kind of cool. And then that finishes, and there's no real good payoff. And then it's just like, then it becomes like, oh, drive there, do this talk. Oh, sweet, you don't do this mission. Oh, that sounds really neat. You do it, and you're like, okay, that was okay. Because the game starts off so crazy with the cutscenes that they're building such an insane story, and now I feel like it's like the dead zone where it's just supposed to be like that moment in their crime life where everything is just kind of working.
Yeah.
And you're just waiting for that thing to fuck up and make it worse. But the thing is, I've gotten to that point where something fucked up and made it worse, but it wasn't worse enough, or something
hasn't
happened.
dragged it downhill yet.
Yeah, so I'm just like, okay, let's stop here for tonight.
The one problem I have with Grand Theft Auto is I will get distracted by all, like, it's open, it's Sandworld,
Sandworld, yes.
Sandworld,
Sandbox, and it's such
it's Sandworld now.
It's Sandworld.
So where were you in the Sandworld?
It is such a fucking massive world.
Yeah.
That the OCD craziness and have to see everything is starting to get on my nerves. And I kind of
is it whole, like, do they take the like fog of war approach where if you haven't discovered something
yeah,
great
the map's
map or black,
yeah.
Okay.
But it's also getting to the point where I'll randomly like be doing maybe not going for a mission, but like going towards a mission.
Yeah.
And something will happen, like you get all these like robberies occurring and stuff like that. Well, I will randomly like mow down the guy, help the person out, or like just get sidetracked with a lot of things that I'm starting to not lose track of the story, but it's just what should be just a quick little interlude is taking longer to finish it up.
Yeah.
So it's just, I'm now trying to focus a little bit more on the main story and trying to get that story beat after story beat after story beat, as opposed to story beat, and then there's an hour and a half of me fucking going on a rampage and, driving through the streets of Los Santos, throwing sticky bombs at the side of my window because I have a whole bunch of them. Like it's taking me a bit.
Sounds about right for Somppi.
I can't. You know what? I have.
I also found out hand grenades are not thrown forward; they're thrown backwards.
Yeah.
So
it was like that in GTA 4 though.
Yeah, I know, but I got hit with.
Do you mean when you're driving?
Yeah.
Yeah, you're on foot. You just toss it backwards.
I was like,
I don't fucking understand how this works.
by accident while you're running around. That's just dumb.
So what ended up happening was the police in this. I will give them that whoever programmed the police.
Yeah.
Programmed actual real world tactics, so they will they'll pit maneuver you, and they'll like.
Okay, when you say real world tactics, I have to stop you there because you can get arrested in this game. If you happen
I've
to
yet
park,
to get arrested.
You have to park directly near someone who's shooting at you, and then he'll fucking pull you out and you lose all your ammo. But the thing is, real world tactics is, I steal a car. The cop is gonna run at you and be like, get out of the car, while shooting you in the fucking face until you're dead.
Okay.
So he'll run like 6 feet and you're dead by the time he gets to you. He's like, get out of the car. You gotta get out. I'm like, just fucking shot to kill, and all I did was steal a car.
All right. So the threat level is a little skewed.
Yeah.
But the
Makes it fun. It makes it fun.
okay.
I like it.
But the actual like tactics that the police use in like a high speed chase, is they'll throw down like, spike strips. They'll do a block-in maneuver where they have one guy in front of you and one guy behind you, and they'll actually slow your car
I've actually
down.
seen spike strips before. That sounds cool.
What?
I've never seen the spike strips.
Oh,
before.
really?
That's cool.
Oh, it's so they'll do spike strips. If that doesn't work, they'll try and pit maneuver you, which is where like the car will come up behind and kind of move over to the right a little, or like right or the left, and they'll quickly knock the backside of your car. They'll ram it. And what'll actually happen is your car will spin out and you'll lose control, and then you'll be stopped.
Or they'll just straight up ram the fucking
Or
ass
they'll straight
of
up
it.
like ram the ass
You're like,
of it.
oh shit.
But have you been boxed in yet?
No.
Where I was driving down the highway, and that's the worst place to have.
I don't let it happen. So I'm just like, oh, fuck you. I'm snaking everywhere, motherfucker.
It is the worst place to have it happen on the highway.
Yeah, I bet.
because I've had like 4 stars and been driving down the highway. They just keep fucking spawning. There's like no ifs, ands, or buts about this. And so I ended up getting pit maneuvered between 2 SWAT cars, like the big vans where it's got the guys hanging off the side of it. And one dude was just pointing at me, like you said, telling me to get out of the car, shooting me in the face. And he's just yelling at me, "Get out of the car!"
Point blank at you, shooting you.
Oh yeah, just like point blank shooting me in the face. But like they'll box
I
you.
have a lawyer.
They'll box you in, like slow you down, and they use all these crazy tactics, which are because I watched a lot of like, I guess on Spike is like ATF and like DEA and like those real world cop shows. I kind of know these like tactics that they use, and it's just really cool to see that in an actual game as opposed to like Grand Theft Auto 4 where it was like, you know, they would try and ram you into a wall and then shoot you to death. Like, it's kind of like that now, but they use actual tactics to get you into that wall before they shoot you in.
Before they completely break your face.
The worst though is when you have the helicopter will try and shoot out your tires, and it managed to shoot out both my back tires and my front right one, and the car the damage physics in that is so realistic that they will actually like bend and like if you hit a wall too fast on one side of your car, your wheel won't spin right and you'll like
or it won't spin at all.
Or like lock up and stuff. Well, I had 3 out of my 4 tires shot out, and then all I heard over the radio was, "All right, we're gonna shoot the engine," and they shot my engine, and my car died. And I had to get out and run away. Like,
so they're a little smarter than they used to be.
Yes, they are a lot more smart. Except when you lose them for 2 seconds, drive a little ahead of them, get out, get into a new car, and then drive past them like nothing happened, and they completely forget who you are.
Yeah.
It's it's pretty hilarious.
But like you were saying before,
by the way, what's the deal with the multiplayer side of that?
It's starting next Tuesday.
Okay, so it's soon.
Yeah, October 1st. But no, like you were saying, Devin, like you have this sort of thing where you'll get sidetracked and then just lose what the hell you're doing. I can't do that with GTA games anymore, or even like Red Dead Redemption. Pretty much any Rockstar game or open world game is I have to stick to the story until I get it out of the way. Then I feel like I can do the side stuff, or else I'm never going to finish it. And because the multiplayer is coming out next Tuesday, I've been trying to just like beeline down the mission so that when I get to multiplayer, then I can just be like, get into your game and be like, where are we going now? Because this is going to be crazy. To kind of keep that holy shitness to
the extreme.
Yeah.
Like the thing that I'm finding really fascinating is because it doesn't give you all the toys up front and you have to earn them through the missions. Yeah. It's giving me this incentive because right now I've got like almost everything pimped, all my guns pimped out with all the accessories. I've got them all customized in different colors for each of my characters because, you know, I'm really OCD that way.
Yeah.
But I'm finding I'm getting more distracted because if I get bored with a character, I just flip to another one and then, I'll go do his mission and then I'll get sidetracked with that character and then flip to another one. And it's just, I wish it kind of...
At least when you're doing that, you're still making progress.
Getting, it's keeping things fresh. I definitely... By now, if it like Grand Theft Auto 4, I actually stopped after a week of playing and didn't finish it for like 3 months because I just got bored with the world. I had seen everything that I wanted to see and I just got completely bored with it. But now, because I've got the different guys and the story's progressing at a decent pace, I'm finding that I'm maintaining my, do a mission, go on a rampage.
I think that's actually why I stopped where I was because where I stopped was like during a really good story thread, which you're like, holy shit, what's gonna happen next? And then it just kind of like boots you out of 2 characters and locks them.
I don't like
that. And then you're just like, you have to use another character right now. I'm not gonna say who to point out what is happening, but it's like you have to use this character now. And then you're like, okay, well this is probably gonna have something to do with that, but then you don't hear from those other 2 characters for a while, and you're doing just these random driving missions. I'm like, no, there's some crazy shit happening. What? Tell me that side. Like, what the fuck is happening?
Like,
I don't know.
I find it to be really bothersome in a game like that where you have this diverse story.
Yeah.
And it was terrible in Grand Theft Auto 4 for this, where it was this great diverse story. I really liked the setups for the missions and everything like that. But it just was, it got boring. It got boring for me. Like, you know, I felt I had done everything except for the story beat, and then I was like, whatever. I can't remember what the story was.
I think it took me like 3 years to go back to that game and just be like, okay, I'll finish the last like 2 hours.
Yeah. Like, you know what I mean? Like, it peters out for you very quickly.
To go through them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
it's just that also in Grand Theft Auto 4 they didn't have a good checkpointing system.
Yeah.
And the last missions kind of went on for a while.
I hated that.
Some missions have some pretty bad checkpointing in this game sometimes. Yeah. Just very rarely, but sometimes you're like, oh shit, damn, okay.
So I'm finding a decent pace with this because I am getting that different variety where if it was probably a single main character, I would not be enjoying it as much as I am now.
Oh yeah, definitely.
But yeah,
I'm still liking the game. I still want to finish it. I still want to try my best to finish the actual storyline before multiplayer opens on Tuesday.
Sunday.
Yeah, okay. But I want to finish it before the multiplayer comes out on Tuesday. Just so that I can, I would say not get left behind because everyone's going to start doing the crazy multiplayer stuff, but I'm pretty sure, I don't mean this in a bad way. I have nothing like against the game itself for the multiplayer, but I'm pretty sure I'm going to play it, have a shit ton of fun on like day 1, day 2, maybe day 3, and then just get on to like, okay, I gotta try another game now, and just
it won't sustain you.
It's not what's sustain. It's just my brain is gonna like ADHD to something else.
Fair enough.
And try to latch on to being like, okay, I know this is multiplayer, it's really good, but I have to finish storyline single player games to not get a huge backlog still. So
fair enough.
I'm hoping I'm gonna enjoy enough of that multiplayer and be able to play it.
That's really all I got for this week.
Yeah.
It seems like the multiplayer is going to be just as huge.
Yeah, it's the same huge map, and it restarts your character. Money you make slower, and it's tied to your like you can make enough money, but you won't be able to buy like an AK right off the bat because your level, your character level say is like 1, you can only buy pistols or maybe like an SMG or something. And it's like, I think once you get to a higher level, then you'll be able to buy like a faster car, a car with armor, the AK that you want, or the sniper rifle and all that stuff. So
I have yet to actually play with any of the upgrade system for cars because I have Dan syndrome where I'll drive a car to a mission, talk to someone, my car is 6 feet that way.
Just take whatever's closest.
That's closer. All right.
I wasn't getting anything impounded until recently, but either way, what I would do is just using the iPhone app. I managed to upgrade all my cars, so I'd have that one drive. I was like, dude, this is so much better. Then I'd crash it somewhere and be like, impounded. I'm like, oh, okay.
The funny thing is, with Franklin, I have not done this on purpose, but every single car I have saved for Franklin is white. I didn't do it on purpose, but I've got that's the
thing. The main car that he always gets is a white car.
Yeah, so I've got that car.
Yeah.
I have an Infernus, which is white.
Okay.
I have that like kind of like Porsche Boxster style one, which is white. I have a Prius, which is white, and I've got a one of those shitty.
You have more than one car in the garage?
You know what? Every time I walk out of my house, they're all just across my driveway.
Weird. Okay.
They're all just like jammed so close together.
I haven't put anything in the garage yet, so I don't know.
They're jammed so close together that it's like I have to back one out and I lose a mirror.
Oh wow, damn!
I should stop sticking them in the garage, but it's just out of habit that I have to do that. As well as with the paint sprays, can you still use those or Los Santos Customs? Can you use those to change your paint color to get away from a wanted level?
Sure, yeah.
Because I tried doing that, and I ran full speed into...
If you're on a mission, it won't let you.
No, this was not on a mission. This was just during a rampage. I had 4 stars, and I drove...
On a rampage side mission?
No, rampage. I personally decided that guy who said...
No, because his mission's actually called rampages.
Well, the problem that I have with the NPCs is you'll be walking, and they'll tell you to fuck off.
Yeah.
And the only way that I'm going to deal with that is with my fist.
You can't legally stab them in the neck, damn it. Their words are not actually weapons, despite what Eminem says.
Yes, and but I definitely was doing a rampage and tried to go into the paint spray to like change my paint color, and was doing probably like 80 miles an hour, and just hit the door and just exploded out the windshield and died.
I love how that game. If you hit jump and you hit circle or B on the Xbox, I love how your dude just goes limp and you just like throw your body at people.
Well, I definitely
you break car windows to like break into them. You be like,
Well, the best.
I've done that.
The best part is in Michael's house.
Yeah.
Where you walk outside, or you're walking down the stairs from upstairs to go out. I definitely jump and hit that button so he goes limp, and he goes out the door like with his face, and then like rolls down the stairs and gets up.
No
like
wonder he
nothing
has a
happened.
sad life.
It's terrible. That man is depressing.
Anyway, somebody had Sarge in the chat had a question. Who was our favorite GTA 5 character?
Franklin.
Franklin.
Franklin for me.
I have to say Michael is the most interesting one. Although switching to Trevor is always the funnest thing, and then being like, "Oh, that was crazy." Okay, let's go back to the story.
Yeah, Trevor. I definitely got the like switch into him, and in the middle of a 3-star police chase where he's screaming at the top of his lungs that it's his word against mine.
Yeah.
Got that a couple of times, but I really like Franklin because he seems like he's such an up and comer, and I really want to see where his story goes, because I feel like there could be some crazy like maybe DLC or something where he goes to like Liberty City or like something insane like that.
There was a Reddit post actually that was talking about that they should put in Las Venturas.
Yeah.
Like the LA thing. That looked really cool. I know it was, I think, in San Andreas or something.
Yeah.
But that'd be cool to see.
But like I'm really interested, invested to see where he goes.
Yeah.
As opposed to like with Michael, where it's like he's kind of retired, coming out of retirement.
Watch you get like 2 missions in and just fucking kill off Franklin. You're just like,
I'd be so disappointed.
That would be
I doubt
incredibly
they'd do that.
anticlimactic.
But yeah.
Plus, I like Chomp. Or Chop.
I don't like Chops.
How do I get the app on my phone?
App Store.
How do I get to the App Store?
You're such an
No,
asshole.
on your phone. On your phone.
Oh, it's on my phone?
Yeah.
Oh, fuck that shit.
Yeah, it's funny because you take care of Chop and you can do stuff with him, but he will poop and then you'll get a message on your phone like, "Hey, Chop, shat, go pick that." It says like, "Hey, Chop, shit, go pick that shit up," and you're like, "Excuse me." "Hey, Chop's thirsty, go thirst him." "Hey, he's hungry, go meet his face," and then you're like, "Oh well, fuck,
Okay.
I can't take care of this."
So
Chop's dead.
Sounds so overly complicated.
So what I ended up doing was,
It's actually taking care of an animal.
so you know how you can
No
like go
good.
take Chop for walks?
Yeah,
Well, Franklin's first house is in the ghetto.
yeah,
And I was playing catch with him, and I quick saved before I went and picked him up.
yeah.
And I threw the ball, and it rolled into the street, and Chop got hit by a truck.
Oh god,
Oh my
I saw you
God.
get for that too.
I just fucking lost it, and I killed
Did you go shoot everyone?
I killed everyone in a 7-block radius,
Oh my god.
and then reloaded my quick save and
Jesus.
didn't play catch with him in the middle of the street.
You should have done it again. Made him go through it windshield.
He legit rolled over the car and shit.
That's messed up.
I was
So it
not.
looked like a legit accident kind of thing.
Yeah, I was
feel
not a
so
happy.
bad.
I was not a fucking happy
Horrifying.
camper. This
Like,
is
that game actually makes me feel sad when you run people over. Sometimes I'm like, oh man, it doesn't feel as like awesome as 4.
Have you had have you hit someone and had them go in through your windshield?
No.
'Kay, I don't know if it was a glitch or anything, but like normally they're supposed to like ricochet over your hood and stuff.
Yeah.
This person got jammed. I should have taken a picture of it. Got jammed into my windshield and just started like spasming and freaking out. So I think it was a glitch, but it was
Weird.
pretty amazing.
You know what's the dumbest thing? The most fun that I've had, just like out of enjoyment with the game. It's
Yeah.
really stupid, but I don't know. It makes me happy. It's just you get a bicycle and just going through town, and it's dumb because I don't even do this in real life. But now I'm like, man, maybe I should do this because this is really fun in this game. It's just to like bike, and you know that thing you do when you bike, when you go real fast, and you just stop and you like lock your feet, but you're like not constantly pedaling. You just kind of like
Yeah, cruising.
just cruise and flow. I love just doing that. You just go down the town, just tap an X, and you let go, and you just go and you're just getting around town and using that. I'm like, man, this is really cool. I should buy myself a bicycle. Fuck. And I the stupid thing is like when I go online, I think that's one of the first things I want to do is just grab a bicycle and just be like, all right, guys, where we going? And just bike somewhere. And I'm like, I could fucking do this in real life with some people.
All right, so
I don't.
I would bike with you, Richard.
I came across
should bike.
I came across a skate park or a bike park.
Yeah.
I spent 15 minutes going up and down a half pipe. That's all I did. And then I got off the bike and threw a hand grenade at it and ran away.
Watch you like hit air and then like it goes Tony Hawk's Pro Skater, like it's got that dial for like grinding and you're doing flips and shit. You're like, how did they put this in this game?
Well, it was
Let's do this.
okay, the feeling of driving in that game is really satisfying.
By the way, does it feel drastically different than what GTA 4 was?
Yeah.
Every car is different. And
So I was
handles-
actually pretty good at driving in GTA 4, but
Yeah.
a lot of people a lot of my buddies anyways, who've been playing GTA 5 have told me that the driving was garbage in GTA 4 and that they're really glad that it got fixed.
Yeah.
You feel You'll feel the same way when you get to it.
Yeah,
Okay.
it feels really solid, and when you're in a fast car, it feels fast.
Yeah.
Where in like GTA 4, the taxi was fast. You know, all the cars were fast. They felt fast.
I used to drive the taxi everywhere.
Yeah, but now when you get into like the Porsche Boxster, which is my favorite because it's really zippy and you can move in and out of traffic really quickly, and it's really compact. But you can, when you pull the handbrake, you can easily drift around corners and stuff. Where comparing it to like the lowrider you find in the ghetto, that
garbage thing.
that feels so weighty, and like it just doesn't move properly, and it's just really, it feels like you're driving.
I don't know what you just launched there.
I don't know. It feels like you're driving a fat boat.
I love when you get into that thing and you're like, yeah, let's go. And you have like people almost like walking faster, and you're like, wow, this car is really shit. But Kumar, you know when you first put in Grand Theft Auto 4, and you tried to drive a car and you're like, whoa, what is this? And
yeah, it was really, really weird at first.
But by the end of the game, you're like, man, you know what? This is really good.
Not just that, actually. You know what? Come to think of it, we've had GTA 4 for how many years?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It only makes sense that eventually we would get good at it.
But you know how once you got good with it, you're like, you know what? It felt weird at first, but now it's pretty amazing. This goes straight to you start, and you're like, this already feels really amazing, and then you get better from there.
It just feels really tight.
Yeah.
Like everything controls really well. Yeah. It's not, you know, everything has a great weight to it, but it's not overly weighted. Yeah. It's tight.
I'm gonna be a jerk and push us away from Grand Theft Auto here because I think it's been a while.
Roll some news.
Hey, I'm playing, motherfucker. Kumar, do you have anything else that you talk about for games that you want to talk about that you played? Did you get things?
Nope. I also played Solitaire this week.
Okay.
Wonderful.
That's good. Did you win?
I did, and then I played Free Cell, and I whooped that thing's ass too.
I've actually never really played Free Cell.
I like Hearts.
Oh, I also played. I was gonna say I played Hearts as well, but I actually went through the Windows catalog of card games.
Really?
Yeah, I played Spider Solitaire as well.
And never played
nice. That's a great game.
A bunch of other shit that they have. I actually don't even know what compelled me to go back to the Windows catalog of card games.
Were you somewhere where you couldn't access the other games, or you just felt like it?
Well, no. Okay, so I was eating cereal with one hand, with my left hand.
Okay.
But at the same time, I felt my mind melting because I was so exhausted.
Okay.
So I said to myself, I'm really hungry and I need to eat something, but at the same time, I need to keep myself awake so that I don't just pass out. So I need to find some sort of a mental stimulation that will keep me sharp. And I'm not much of a coffee drinker, so that's not entirely an option. So I sat there, I said, I will play a fucking card game because I just need to click, right?
Just Solitaire and Spider Solitaire.
Yeah, so I went through, played Solitaire, I beat it, and I felt myself shutting down again, so I was like, okay, we'll do Free Cell. Free Cell's a little bit more advanced. So I did Free Cell, and then I did Hearts because I was like, well, there's AI, so maybe they'll give me a run for my money.
That's like Solitaire being Call of Duty, and you're like, I'm going to play some Arma, let's do some Free Cell.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Wow.
That's awesome. Pretty hilarious, man.
Nothing else fantastic.
I myself this week tried my hand at some Wii U games.
Cool.
I tried actually one Wii U game.
Wait, did a new game come out, or
it came out last week, but I played it on the weekend. And that was Wonderful 101. I talked about it last podcast, but I didn't actually play it.
Yep.
Playing it, that game is really weird, but in a really good Platinum Games type of way. It looks really awesome. The fight, it's pretty much like, hey, it's like Pikmin, except for if all the Pikmin were always on you, kind of. And you use the Pikmin to make a fist and punch people, or make the Pikmin turn into a sword and slash people. And hey, you got hit. You say 20 Pikmin, or superheroes in this one, kind of bust off you, and you can touch them to kind of bring them back into your group to use them again. Let's say, hey, you have 100 people, you can make a fucking 100-person long sword, which is way more damaging than like a 10-person sword. Anyways, that shit's really crazy. But I got into it, and it kind of looks, I guess, childish a little bit. Like it looks like a cartoon, sort of like, hey, Saturday morning cartoon. But the difficulty will definitely be like not will definitely just like completely shit on you. Because you go into it, you're like, okay, yeah, okay, sword thing, okay, fist thing, okay, this is awesome. And then you'll find not even really boss fights, but instead of really tutorialing you to be like, okay, you should dodge, you should do all this stuff, it does kind of tell you, but that's just like weird things. So you say we're with the boss, and it kind of does like a Dark Soul thing where he'll kind of do an attack which sends like a missile your way, let's say. And you can either dodge or you can block. And block, normally what it'll do is it send it back to them to do a shit ton of damage. So you have to kind of like, you'll get into a boss fight, you're like, oh, I'm going to block it and send it back to him. Then it's like, no, you can't block it. Then he'll try to dive away sometimes. It's like, nope, it's an everywhere thing you should have blocked. But it doesn't tell you. It's like old school where you kind of have to try until you get fucking destroyed by it. And you're like, all right, let's do it again. This time I know what's going on. And it's not that it's a bad thing, but going into that game, it looks really pretty. And you're thinking like, oh man, Pikmin was kind of super easy. I'm going to get into this. And the game just kicks the shit out of you. And you're like, holy shit.
You weren't expecting it either.
Yeah, like, A, this is fun. B, this looks fucking sweet. C, I'm fucking angry right now, but I want to play more of it.
It's got that retro kind of classic.
Yeah, like it really does not hold your hand that much. Even sometimes it'll just be like, hey, sweet, you unlocked an attack. And you're like, how do I do it? And you're trying to like, you're going through like the fucking like the gamepad screen. You're like, is it in? Oh, okay, if I do that, okay, that's how you do it. Like, it won't even give you like a pop or something. You have to like go and look for how to do things, which is really cool. And I don't know, the game was really good. I really enjoyed playing it. I was casting it, however, and it had some portions where like I was worried before when I told you guys I played the demo where you'd go into buildings and then you could only see on my screen, but not on the big screens. But when I'm casting, people can only see what's on my TV. Wasn't that great? It was hard to sort of keep that being awesome, as well as me getting the shit kicked out of me and making that still awesome to watch. Being like, all right, let's do this level one more time, you guys. But it's funny because you load it up and it's like, hey, what difficulty do you want to play? Do you want to do very easy, or normal? And I was like, yeah, normal, of course. That's like starter. Let's do this. Normal, let's do it. And the pictures for it are very easy. Is Wonder Red, which is one of the Wonder guys, which is the like superhero guys. He's just sitting on a couch with a controller in one hand, and he's not even in his like superhero outfit. He's just like in normal clothes, and he's got a pizza in one hand and the controller in one hand. And then Easy is just Wonder sitting there in his costume, just kind of having fun. And then I think Normal was like him like yelling at it, which should have given away that, hey, normal is not normal. Normal is fucking hard. Very easy is probably normal. And, just...
So it's pretty interesting,
yeah,
actually.
it's really... It's like Bayonetta on crack. And from what I've heard is that... I don't know if you guys have played Bayonetta.
Yeah.
But Bayonetta went into some super out there places at the end of the game. Like, where you would be, like, in space.
What?
And, like, attacking God.
I didn't beat Bayonetta, but...
I'm just going to say that.
Yeah, I didn't beat it either,
It goes
so
to
I'm
the...
kinda
Like,
curious
you start and you're like, hey, you're a witch person. Hey, you're going to go to, like, doing shit like that. You're like, what the fuck is this game going to throw at me next? I've been told Wonderful 101 does that same shit. When you get to the end game, you're just like, holy fuck, what is going on right now? So knowing that is kind of telling me, like, man, I kind of want to spend the hard hours of getting the shit kicked out of me and get to the end of this game.
See if you can finish it.
Yeah. But, no, even before the game came out, they said, hey, that game's going to be like 6-7 hours. And everybody was complaining about that because somebody leaked that number. People are saying apparently it's like 15 or more, depending on, like, it's a really long game.
Because it's hard kind of thing, or?
I'm not, I'm not sure about that, but I think even if you're good at it and you're going through all the missions, I think the game is still very long and intense. Okay. So, yeah, it's kind of crazy. I don't know. Kind of awesome.
Pretty neat.
What else? There was something else I played, I think, on the Wii U, but... Oh, I got Lone Survivor on the Vita. I tried playing that a little bit. Cross by.
You played it originally beforehand, or was this your first time?
Yeah,
I played it. Yeah, I played it for about 2 hours on the PC, and then I lost my save file. I don't know what happened. I just loaded up, and it was like, "Hey, new game or options?" I was like, "Where's the load function?"
Thanks, Steam.
Yeah. Actually, I don't know if it was on Steam yet at that time.
No, it wasn't. It was on Desura.
Yeah, it was on Desura, I think.
Yeah.
That was crazy. But anyways.
Okay, never mind.
Actually, you know what? That's probably what fucking happened. I was playing on Desura, and then I loaded up the Steam version. I was like, where the fuck's my save file? Probably was in a different folder. Anyway, I bought
bet
it.
you if you go right now,
I've restarted too many times. But no, yeah, I started up on the Vita, and apparently what they do is the first time you play through it, you kind of have like the normal version of it.
Yep.
It asks you, it's like, hey, is this your first time? Or, hey, have you played this before? If you go through on normal, you get the same old game with the changes and stuff they've done. However, I think that, like, you've played this before / your second playthrough has, like, 3 hours of extra content, like, tons of new levels and areas. Oh, wow. I don't actually know how long that game is. But it's pretty crazy. It's a fucking crazy, awesome game. It's literally Silent Hill 2D and hitting those same sort of real-life sort of weird social things and, like, weird mindfuck moments and the music is... Oh, yeah?
So I got to pause you here. Everyone's kind of told me, everyone who I know who's played it has told me that the game messes with your head like you wouldn't believe.
Yes.
And I have a hard time understanding that because I've never had an 8-bit game do that to me.
I can explain how it sort of does it, but not really.
Okay.
It's what'll happen
Is that because it would be spoilery or?
I don't think it's spoilery. I think it's actually sort of game mechanic-y, but
Okay.
I don't know. What'll happen is you'll go through the game, and let's say you're going through like an apartment, and you find a pill. And it's a drug. And I believe every night you have to go to sleep, and you have to eat, and you have to, I think, stay hydrated or do these things to, because I think the more tired you get, I think like either the slower you move or just, I don't know what happens, crazier shit happens or something. I don't exactly remember how that happens. But say you get a pill, and then you get told, hey, this will give you energy for like 6 hours. Well, you're probably taking speed, and it doesn't tell you that. But I think as you go on, if you're using drugs and if you're using things to kind of be like, oh, you don't need food, but if you have this pill, or hey, if you take this thing, it'll kind of make it easier for you, but it's a drug, so you'll have crazier shit happen down the line, or like it'll kind of test you and it'll just mess with you if you're lacking at keeping yourself healthy and well slept and all that stuff, or if you're using drugs and shit. Yeah. And I don't know what it does. I didn't get far enough in the game the first time I played to see what sort of things will happen, but I want to try it. And
that sounds pretty intense, actually.
It's crazy. It's pretty crazy. But I know, and it also looks really cool. You'll see with some of the crazy stuff it does right off the bat, Kumar. It's
how much was it for the Vita?
It's currently $12.99. If you have PlayStation Plus, I believe it is $11.70 some weird cent. Cool. Whatever's like 20% off that or something, or 10-15% off that. It is cross-buy. You also get the PS3 version with it, so that's pretty cool.
Oh, nice.
But yeah, so I played that. Obviously, been playing some Eve. What is it? There's something. Okay, I tried to show people Puppeteer. I tried to cast it and be like, you guys know what, Puppeteer? You know, I was talking it up last week. I was like, it's so good.
Yeah.
I still think it's good, but
you got shit on, didn't you?
I feel like you have to see that game from the start. Because I started people like I continued from like Act 2. There's 7 acts in the game, and I was like, it's like Act 2, Scene 3 or something that I started on, and I happened to start where the game was like super over the top, and you had, it's like I can't even describe it. You have like this fairy character who's following you, and then she was just being super loud and just the most annoying. Like if you didn't know the backstory, she was just super annoying. You're like, what the fuck is this game? And then just shit was happening, and it was like a 10-minute long cutscene, and characters wouldn't stop talking, and I was like, man, you guys, I promise this game's really cool. You just guys gotta watch it. It's gonna get really good. And I think I've ruined it for like everybody. I made it look like crap. I felt really bad. I played like 15 minutes. I felt sad, but I could have sworn there's something. Oh, that's what it is. I bought Monster Hunter 3 on the 3DS, 3 Ultimate. And I've been always kind of wanting to turn on my Wii U and just play a little bit of it to get past the single player and kind of get like some loot and some stuff that I can craft stuff with. But I never really felt like, hey, let's turn on the Wii U. Okay, it was kind of one of those things that you have to like dedicate time to it. It's like, okay, now I'm gonna play Monster Hunter for like an hour. Like I can't do other things because I have to focus on the screen and whatever. But when it's on the 3DS, one, it controls better for some reason for me. I don't know why, because you're missing it. I'm missing an analog stick because like I don't have the Circle Pad Pro. The frame rate for some reason feels better on the 3DS.
Really?
The font's not as good though. But what I like is that I'm playing it, and let's say I'm in the middle of a fight, and let's say I'm rendering stuff for what we do. I'm rendering stuff and I'm playing, and I'm like, oh, okay, it's done. I just fucking flip the screen closed and like toss it off, and then fucking pick that back up tomorrow when I'm rendering again and be like, oh, what was I doing? Right, that fight. But I can't really just be like on my Wii U and just doing a fight, pause it, put it into sleep mode, and then just like fucking leave it running for a day or something.
Yeah.
I know I'm a really weird person when it comes for that, but I like how it's just easy to, at least for the single player, you can't do that in multiplayer, obviously. But I like how it's easy to just kind of stop and pick it up, whether like, okay, now I'm on the bus, let's just play a little bit of it and just kind of, I don't know,
So it's pretty interesting.
Sort of reinvigorated my love for it. I've played 4 or 5 hours portable, which is a lot for me to play a portable game for that long during the
yeah, that is a lot for you.
But
was there another Monster Hunter game that came out on the 3DS, or was this the first one?
There was one released in Japan.
On the 3DS, I think it's the first one, but 4 just came out on the 3DS in Japan.
Okay,
which is the one that's selling like gangbusters.
Yeah.
No surprise there, right?
Yeah. Of course.
I think it was
I can't wait
like-
for it to come here.
I think it was Douglas who was telling me who was saying that it was like 200,000 or some crazy or it was like 2 million units sold already.
Yeah, I don't remember how much it sold. We were talking about last week as well.
But comparing it to the Wii U, it was like there was 200,000 sold in a week or something like that, or more than that, and like 4,000 Wii U sold. I think it was 3DSs. I think it was like something.
Oh yeah.
I think it was like 200,000 3DSs.
Oh, actual console. Okay, that should have been Monster Hunter.
No.
Yeah.
Like 200,000 like 3DSs
Yeah,
and like
3DSs
4,000 Wii U's.
I think they said officially that actually they said that 3DSs are officially they've outsold the Wii, the original Wii. Yeah,
the original.
which is pretty crazy. But
the Wii is I want to say it's a pinnacle of sales for a lot of hardware developers.
Yeah.
And so for Nintendo to be able to reestablish the same levels of sales with the 3DS is just a big deal for them.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, it prints money is what it does.
Yeah.
I forgot to mention one game that I played. You guys remember State of Decay that I was playing on the Xbox a lot, and it just came out on PC actually this week on Steam Early Access. It's still $20. Still doesn't have any mouse and keyboard support. It does. You can still play with it, but it is definitely not the way to play. There's no tooltips that tell you what any of the buttons are, and some things are really weird, like hit Shift E to like do door opening rams, and like Shift F to drop a item or break open some stuff. It's really weird. People have made like forum posts to tell you what to push, but playing it on the PC is insane. Getting a good frame rate on it and just comparing the like visual fidelity of it is insane. Like the shadows look insane. The look just there's so many more colors. Things don't pop in. Like you used to be able to walk up to a building and you'd have like the building popped in, the sign in front of it popped in, the texture just popped in. Now I can see inside, and you just kind of just running up to stuff looked really weird. You play it on the PC, you're just kind of sitting there like, I can see that fucking building. I can see nothing is gonna pop in, and you're walking and nothing's changing in front of your eyes. It feels really good, and I just somebody who I spoke to, J4Play, which is one of my buddies on Steam, didn't have a 360, and he's like, man, I was waiting for that. Should I get on PC? I'm like, if you've never played it before, hell yes. To everybody who's never played State of Decay before, and you like those zombie survival games, whether it's like DayZ, this isn't multiplayer, but if you like DayZ style stuff, I highly recommend checking it out. It's insane, especially, of course, you need a controller or something to play it on PC right now, but holy shit, it's like playing an entirely different game, because it's not jumpy and like it's not a bad feeling, and it's so playable, and it's just awesome to get into. And we've talked about this game a ton on the podcast before, like a long time ago, and it's so fucking good. Getting back into it and not feeling that sort of like, oh, I don't want to play right now because I just drove a car and then a fucking building materialized in front of me and I crashed, and that was like the only way to get back home. Ugh. But yeah, no, State of Decay on PC is good. It's well worth your $20, especially if maybe you didn't play it or you bought it on the 360 and you hated it because of how it felt. Maybe try to get on PC.
Did you say that it was really bad on the 360?
It was good. We still played. Me and Dan still played a shit ton of it. So it was like the game itself is so good regardless. But it was just like the technical issues. They patched it 3 times, and apparently they did fix some things. But I never went back to it to actually see that. But yeah, it's really good. It's really yes. But anyways, that's pretty much it. I think that's all I've played this week. So shall we move on to news, my friends?
Sure.
All right. For those of you playing GTA 5, like we talked about a lot today, Rockstar said currently if you guys are storing cars in your garage, there is a chance that it will just suddenly disappear or all upgrades will just vanish off of it. They will address it in a patch, and it should be out hopefully soon-ish. And yeah, for now, maybe don't use your garage.
No.
Because it's
too bad.
It's bad news. Bad news bears.
I seem to be collecting in my garage.
This is a really random.
Just pull it in and park everything, or not even park everything. Sorry, just steal the closest car.
Yeah.
Instead of concerning yourself with parking and shit.
Yeah. So TGS happened. We talked about it a bit last week. But there was a Kojima interview that kind of went out, and he said that Metal Gear Solid 5: The Phantom Pain is going to be 300 times bigger than Ground Zeroes.
Oh wow.
But I thought that they said that Ground Zeroes was going to be the same game, or that it was all the same. Apparently not. So maybe now there's like 2
different
Metal Gear Solid 5s.
Weird.
I don't
know what's going on with that series.
I don't know.
There's just a lot of weird.
I don't know
stuff.
if Ground Zeroes is going to be like a PS3 version and then or a PS3 360 version, and then 5 is going to be like next gen only or something. But no, because they announced it would be. I don't know. Hey, whatever's the difference, 300 times bigger. That's insane.
Wicked.
This is something else. The Xbox One, they announced that hey, if you put that thing vertical, probably gonna explode.
No, they didn't.
No, it won't explode, but it's not meant to be vertical.
Did they say that shits are gonna go wrong with it if you try to put it vertically?
Yeah, it won't run properly.
Oh my god, Microsoft's such a joke.
Yeah, that's not fun. Star Citizen was at the AMD sort of crazy conference where they showed off their new video cards and stuff, or talked about them.
I really need to get.
And they showed a
my
trailer.
copy of that.
I know a few of you guys have been telling us to check out a lot of Star Citizen stuff. Hey, they put out a trailer, and this trailer looks real good.
Looks phenomenal.
They had a lot of in-game footage, or at least in-engine footage, and it looks fucking great.
Fucking great.
Just makes me cry. But no, it's great.
I'm super excited for it.
Can't wait for that dogfighting module to be out. Hopefully by the end of the year. So that's good. Planetary Annihilation, which is a game that went on Kickstarter, went in alpha, and then they had it on early access on Steam for, I think it was $80 at first. Now it's down to like 70 or something. Finally hitting beta. I signed up for, the reason I want to talk about this is because I signed up for the Kickstarter to get the beta, and the beta should be coming soon. So hopefully you guys might see some footage from us if we're allowed to record stuff, I guess.
Yeah,
but,
it all depends on what's up with that.
Yeah, they put out a trailer for the beta reveal. Game looks a lot better than it did in alpha. I will say that much. It's pretty sweet. Apparently, also for the Xbox One, a app thing was leaked for the Xbox One called Xbox Fitness. Apparently, it contains stuff like P90X and some other stuff that you can do. And apparently, the Kinect sensor can detect your heartbeat and all that craziness. So, it could be actually really cool. I don't know if there's going to be a cost to it. They pulled some weird kind of tidbit of information that happens to say that you just get it with unlimited access for now until 2014 in November. So you get maybe like a year free.
Maybe it's like a gym style membership.
Yeah, I don't know.
It's weird.
We'll see.
Yeah.
But yeah, apparently it's free with Xbox Live Gold. So hey, that's cool. So Naughty Dog has been one they've been teasing Outbreak Day, which is for their next DLC, which apparently is gonna be coming soon. But they also put out a video for Outbreak Day to show an alternate ending to The Last of Us. I
watched that earlier.
It's a scene where at the end things are happening, and this is a very good twist on it. Yeah, and I won't say anything other than that. I know Devin and I are laughing a little bit, but you should definitely check it out.
It's spoilers though, so if you haven't finished it,
yeah, it is going to spoil it.
It's very spoilery.
So go to YouTube and just search for The Last of Us alternate ending, and you should be able to find it on the actual Sony official PlayStation blog, whatever video stuff. And it's pretty good.
Yeah, it's real good.
Hey, we have 2 Humble bundle sales this week. We have the Humble mobile bundle too, which comes with stuff for the Android, such as Star Command, which is pretty fantastic, kind of like FTL on the go. We have Time Surfer, Punch Quest, Bloons TD5, Raven Sword, Shadowlands, Carmageddon, and that's pretty much it for now. That's some crazy bundle. But wait, there's more. There's a Humble weekly sale with Calypso games, so maybe you've wanted to try Tropico 3, which is apparently really good.
My roommate got really hardcore into that, and it looks pretty phenomenal, to be honest with you.
Yeah.
Very, very detailed. There's a lot of like trading and exporting and different stuff you wouldn't normally
it's like
associate it with
crazy
it.
SimCity apparently.
Yeah,
but more insane. Sign Mora, I don't know how to pronounce it. That game is fantastic. Totally
what
awesome.
is that one?
It's a shoot 'em up, a shmup.
A little side-scrolling one,
It's that one thing, but you can like slow down time and do some crazy stuff.
okay.
It's very hard. It's from Grasshopper Games, which is the Suda51 guys.
Oh, okay.
Skydrift, no idea what that is. Anna Extended Edition, which is fucking awesome. I highly recommend people to play Anna. It's a horror game that tried to do something different by not having super scripted scares, although they kind of still did.
Wait,
but
Anna or Amy?
Anna.
Anna.
Okay.
Yeah. And it was, they kind of want to make scares happen at random times and change depending on what you're doing and all this crazy stuff. And if ever you realize we said Tropico 3 and you're like, but Riccio, that's garbage. What about Tropico 4? Well, if you spend $6, you get Tropico 4 and Jagged Alliance.
Okay.
So,
anybody listen to this? Has anybody like listened or played Jagged Alliance?
I heard the original ones were good. I heard this remake not so good.
Oh, okay. All right.
I heard the same.
I heard it was wonktastic. But
damn.
yeah. Hey, I didn't actually get to read up on this stuff, but we talked about last week how Atlas got bought out by Sega.
Yep.
Hey,
Was it Sega or Sega Sammy?
Sega, Sammy, and Sega.
Sega.
Hey,
That'll be a big difference.
yeah, I think it's just Sega.
Yeah.
I think it's, I don't know. I'm not sure.
Okay.
But however, Atlas has teased that there's a Persona 4, the Ultimax Ultra Suplex Hold. I don't know what the fuck that is, but it's.
I feel like whoever was making the title just threw a whole bunch of things. All right, we need to have 2 U words, 1
Every
S,
letter
and
they
an
could
H.
possibly wish.
All right, just start throwing darts.
So what it's actually going to be is the sequel to Persona 4 Arena.
Yep.
It's going to have more characters, from what I can tell, and that's pretty much it. A lot of crazy stuff.
What about Persona?
What?
What about Persona 5?
It's
Missy Dan.
it's out tomorrow. Run. Yeah,
Actually,
no.
I'm gonna be starting that within the next
Ooh,
3-4 days.
Nice.
Short a diary of telling us what you do and how it's doing
Dear
for you.
diary, today I played Persona
For the
and
whole
ate
day.
some toast.
I don't actually read this stuff.
Okay, I actually listened to the Halo 3 original soundtrack today.
Yeah.
The fucking soundtrack is so good. Like, phenomenally good.
Hey, Devin, tell us about that soundtrack a little bit more, because I'm not going to lean off screen and do something.
Oh, awesome. Microsoft demonstrated Halo 4
Oh, is
streaming
Riccio
from
blowing
the...
his nose?
Yes. Today in news, Microsoft demonstrated Halo 4 streaming from the cloud to Windows and Windows phones. That's fucking cool.
Hey, Devin, that's quite the title that you just read there.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, apparently they were messing with some stuff using their cloud service to see how that would be, and apparently it ran okay.
Pretty fucking sweet.
To mention
They've got a
that,
pretty impressive cloud infrastructure, though.
They
So
have a
it's not
beastly
entirely surprising.
cloud infrastructure.
What I-
with all the just because I got to see it with the Microsoft 365 cloud infrastructure.
yeah.
that shit's really cool.
That shit is
Impressive, eh?
fucking insane.
Yeah.
Per city, there are a minimum of 10 servers.
Damn.
Minimum.
What about
And each one of those servers can handle thousands of users.
imagine just like some back ass fucking city, and there's just like one building, like one house, and then there's just a fucking massive server complex just to like, hey man, you can get through Office 365? Good, we got servers for you. We got all the servers you need.
It's crazy. They're doing some pretty crazy shit with that.
But no, what I wanted to also mention that I fucking missed was Halo 3 matchmaking day happened, I think, yesterday. And I forgot about
Shit.
it.
Sorry, what is this?
Halo 3 matchmaking day was something where everybody was going to go back to Halo 3 and play a day of matchmaking to kind of make the servers all full and people could play. I think there was some other stuff that they were doing with it, but
Shit.
I was reminded at 11 p.m. at night, and I was like, no. And I
That
missed
really
it.
bothers me.
Apparently it was cool. Makes me sad. Yeah.
There's still people who will not play a Halo multiplayer suite except for Halo 3.
Halo 3 was the most fun I've had,
Yep.
for sure.
Actually,
Was
I
it?
had a lot of fun with Halo 4. I'm not gonna lie to you. I played during the fall of last year. This time, I played a fuckload of Halo 4.
My reason for hating Halo 4's multiplayer is the dumbest. I can't stand the frame rate. I can't stand it. I know it's like
You're such a fucking elitist when it comes to frame rates, man.
when it's multiplayer, yes, only when it's multiplayer. I've been bitching about GTA 5, but I don't mind anymore. It's just whatever. But yeah, when it comes to multiplayer, like I don't know, Halo's frame rate for some reason it was locked at whatever it was, but it didn't feel like to me it didn't feel smooth. I know for tons of people, like people are playing it seriously and it's fantastic. I'm totally down with that. But for some reason, to me, like it just something felt really janky. And I know the blur that they were using also for some reason just did not agree with my eyesight. Not that it made it look weird. I don't know. I couldn't do it. I couldn't do it, dog. Yeah. Anyways, hey, EVE Online. Devin and I talked about it a whole shit ton this podcast. It's getting its huge next free expansion. They get nothing but free expansions for that game. It's arriving November 19th, 2013. It's going to try and take away a lot of the NPC stuff and allow characters, like actual, they call them capsuleers, which is all the characters, like player characters, to have control over more stuff. Such as in high sec, a lot of stuff is managed by NPCs and sort of police states and all that shit, or police NPCs and stuff. Now they want to try to manage a lot of that stuff by players, so that players can set taxes in high sec areas and all sorts of other craziness. Could be
Is that
cool.
more just to give further control to everyone?
Yeah,
or-
it's just to sort of make it so the game is being run by the game. The game's also gonna have a lot of balanced stuff, and yeah, I actually have not looked enough into the CCP stuff for Dust 514 and Eve. I don't know if it's working. Maybe it is.
I don't know. I only played that beta for a little bit.
I know Dust 514 is working, but I mean the connection between two.
Yeah,
of them,
that's what I mean. Is I only played 514 for a bit.
Yeah.
So I don't know.
It's crazy. 514 is actually getting real good. I kept randomly downloading it, and it just like looks better, plays better, more stuff, more tweaking, balancing.
Oh yeah,
feels really good. I feel like my brain is just off today. I can't.
Well, let's continue.
I feel unhappy. Anyway, hey, Forza had a cool trailer they showed out where it's finally some direct feed gameplay instead of off a camera. Hey, look at the 60 frame camera. It's great. Game looks pretty phenomenal.
Looks really good.
That
whole paint analysis that they did where it was talking about the different refractions from like the clear layer and the gloss layer and the actual color layer.
Yeah.
Whatever you did to make that car look like that, fucking A.
What I find really crazy about
that's a quote. You can put that shit on your box.
What I find really crazy about most games these days is whenever they show lighting, and you have when sunlight can turn things to like more than white, and you get that real sense of everything is super bright right now.
Oh, like that kind of white, just, like that
yeah, like
sun.
The super crazy HDR, everything, and it just looks real good and like clear. This game seems to have it, and I don't know, for some reason that's like, oh, that
looks really good.
But yeah, I don't know. I've had this talk I think with Dan, but it's weird because the two consoles are coming out, and for some reason, I'm super excited for the PS4. I know it's gonna work, and that's awesome. And I think I talked to you guys about this too, but my curiosity for the Xbox One is like
through the roof.
Yeah, I can't wait.
It's gonna be interesting. It's gonna be. I think it's gonna be a pretty bare knuckle fight between the two of them.
Yeah.
Which I'm pretty excited for, to be honest with you. I will eventually get both, just because I'm a dirty whore.
That's terrible.
But
clean up your.
I don't think it's that. I think you have a wide palette of game appreciation, and you'd like to be able to experience both sides.
I would say that as well to myself.
You are wonderful.
Yeah, and I say the same about Riccio.
Thank you.
Hey, I unfortunately don't.
Oh. You take one thing and you play it dry. Till it's
usually
dry.
do, yeah.
You ring.
Okay, wait. Can I? Okay, I know. I want to go back and talk about a game that I played, and I just want to mention it because I feel like it deserves a mention. And I've been playing Gone Home. I've been playing Gone Home for the Let's Play.
All right.
I don't want to say anything that's going on. I encourage everyone to go check that game out. I'm sorry that I have to read everything in that game, but I've never quite played a game like that. Devin, you like Dear Esther, right?
I loved Dear Esther.
This game is like Dear Esther, but on a whole nother fucking level.
Does it look as good as Dear Esther?
Yes, I guess.
Does it have a soft, smooth British voiceover?
No, but it's got ladies.
That makes me legitimately want to get this man who did the voiceover and pay him
butter your toast with his
to
voice.
fucking read everything to me.
Yeah.
Because it's delicious.
You want him to feed everything to you?
That's weird.
I want him to speak everything I do. Everything.
Into your genitals.
No.
Wow.
Ruined it. No.
Yeah.
But no, Gone
I'm
Home.
done. Kumar, are you done?
Did you guys
I'm
both
done.
finish? No. No, but no, Gone Home is. It's been the craziest experience. Like, okay, Devin, imagine Dear Esther, except for Dear Esther was very linear. You could just kind of go in one direction. You knew where you're going. Gone Home drops you in a house and tells you go where the fuck you want. Uncover the story yourself. So you can choose like, all right, let's go upstairs. Let's go right to like parents' bedroom. Let's see what kind of notes they had around, and just be like, oh, this was left here. But no, there's nothing like that. It's very serious and everything. And you can be like, okay, let's go to my like sister's room because you're like an older sister coming back home after a long trip.
Yeah.
And you're just like, okay, let's go see what's going on here. And you have like papers strewn about. And you have like letters being like, oh man, she was being bullied in school, and you kind of hear about it. And sometimes you pick up stuff, and then you have like your sister Sam, and she just like reads a page off her diary of like how shit happened in school and just like terrible things or good things, and going through the game. And it's just a weird thing because you start and you're like, okay, this is kind of silly. You're going through a house, you're just picking up notes, and then you don't realize it, and you're getting super invested into these characters. And like when I stopped playing today, because I still haven't actually finished the thing myself, and it could have a shitty ending or it could have an amazing ending. I don't know, but it's crazy that you can go from nothing and then just be so invested into certain characters and just kind of want to know more about them. But I find it weird because I think when it's going to end, I'm going to be like, man, these were like almost so good to be actual people, but you don't get to know more about them, any more things about them because like they're not fucking people. Like once the story of this game is over, like I don't know. There's this weird attachment to that game. I think you should actually try it. I know the game's $20, so that's expensive for no reason, but hey, sell that knife and then buy it.
We'll see.
Do it. It's worth it. It's totally worth it. Or wait for it to be on sale or something, but I think you should play Gone Home, Devin. Speaking of Steam and Steam games, Steam has had 3 announcements to share with us this week. Hey, we only know 2 of them because the next one's going to be announced in 14 hours from now. The first one was that Steam is making an OS, Steam OS, which will be a Linux-based crazy gaming OS, which should run games slightly better for whatever will run on it.
It's going to be Linux-based?
That's what I said.
Oh, you did?
Yeah.
Oh, I wasn't paying attention. I'm excited for this.
It looks pretty cool.
Very excited.
And then the second announcement they did is that they'll have Steam machines or Steam boxes, which was something which we already kind of knew.
It's going to have hardware.
Yeah, but they'll actually have hardware. And if you sign up for it, there's 5 things you could do to sign up to beta test them.
Oh, yeah, I need to do that last thing.
You need to sign like a form that has your address and your name and all that stuff. You need to have at least 10 friends on your friends list. You need to, play a game from big picture mode using a controller and then go into a game.
Yep.
Using a controller. And I don't remember what the last one is. You have to join the group.
Yeah, you have to join the group.
Someone is hitting me on my pronounce. What did I fail to pronounce there? Did I mess? Is my nose messed up? I feel bad.
I don't know.
I'm sorry, chat room.
What?
I don't know. That's the console.
Console?
Console. I don't know.
Console.
But yeah, no. So I don't know what the third one's gonna be. But it seems really crazy.
Half-Life 3.
Oh.
That would be amazing. I'd be so happy.
Oh.
Only available on Steam OS.
But
And that would be incredibly intelligent on their part.
That'd be crazy.
But it would also be very foolish.
But what would be only Half-Life 3 on that?
Only, like, how crazy would that be?
I think Jeff Gersman from Giant Bomb was talking about the way the images are laid out on the announcement page. You have the first one, which is the circle, which is like the OS. And then the second one is laid out with the circle in a box, which is like the OS in a box, so Steam box. But the other one is 2 O's with a plus. So is that going to be like some crazy connectivity
By the
shit?
way, Steam hacked Xbox Live. We now rule the world.
That would be
Marketplace is run by us.
Hey,
Illuminati.
Xbox One is no longer an Xbox. It is now a Steam box, and you can put it vertical.
We bought Halo.
Oh, I've mispronounced Linux. Linux. Actually,
What did you say?
I don't know. I don't know if that's it. I don't know if I'm saying. Actually, no. Now I want to find like one of those like pronunciation. But if you're like Linux, Linux.
Chody.
Sounded kind of jody. Yeah, no. So there's some crazy stuff. We're gonna know in 14 hours. Sadly, it won't be on this podcast by the time we know.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, you guys.
Yeah.
I apologize.
Sorry.
We can't go through time yet. Dan's working on it with his infinite money safe.
Yes.
I wish.
It's just pulling out money right now.
So ATI showed their new video card, which now they're changing their naming scheme from like the weird craziness to now the R9 290X will be the newest one.
I kind of want it.
Apparently it will be more powerful than the Titan for at least Battlefield 4. It'll be cheaper.
The thing that is interesting with this is AMD has programmed a new API.
Yeah.
Which
Continue.
is going to
Continue.
what do you do?
API? No, I'm just trying to read something.
So they've kind of developed new software for it as well as firmware for it that will, from what I was reading, is they're going to improve performance only if you're really using that API, kind of because it's designed specifically for that. So you're gonna have to inject that into your system.
Okay. I want to try to. Okay, we have a pronunciation for Linux. I want to know if we're actually pronouncing it properly. I'm curious. You ready for this, Devin?
Yep.
Kumar, it's going to be coming through yours. I hope it's not going to explode.
Hello,
If it does,
this is
you'll hear
Linus
me.
Torvalds, and I pronounce Linux as Linux.
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 That sounds really cool. Now I wish I had an accent.
Linux.
Maybe we do have. Do we have an accent too, guys? You guys?
We have an accent to every American, is what I've kind of come to the conclusion of.
You know what's weird is I hear like Americans will say that about Canadians, but you know when you watch like a truly Canadian show, even we can hear it.
Yeah.
Well, the funny thing is that Americans think we all have an accent just because we don't speak American.
Yeah.
But the reality is that if they heard a true Canadian accent, they would stop saying that
Yeah.
about every other person that they meet.
But I wonder like
The true Canadian accent is the stereotypical shit that people make fun of that we rip on all the time.
yeah. But I wonder if the way we sound right now, because to me I don't feel like there is one. But I know like there's some words it'll come out and you'll be like, I heard it.
A little bit.
But I don't know. Because to us, I feel like to us it just sounds normal.
Yeah,
It
yeah,
sounds normal.
that's
But I
very
wonder
true.
if anybody's like, man, these guys have the craziest accent
Accents.
ever.
I've had one of the shareholders of a company I was doing work with. The guy was straight from Texas.
Oh, geez, that's cool.
Oof.
Yeah, and he had one of the thickest Texan accents I've ever heard in my life, and he ripped all of us apart because he was just I don't know.
You
I think
people
part of him
sound
felt-
funny like.
Yeah, I think part of him felt really out of place, and the other part was just so happy to be away from Texas.
Oh man.
So he was going to town on all of us.
So we're being told that we sound American, but a bit of Canadian sometimes slips through. Hey, on to our next story.
Yeah, well, you guys sound American, but wait, never mind.
Oh,
I,
okay.
I wanted to do the opposite, and I just butchered that.
You fucked that up pretty hard then.
That up really hard.
I can edit it. Do
Who,
it again.
who said that, anyways?
Sarge.
Oh,
In
okay.
the chat.
Fucking Sarge.
Hey, PlayStation 4s, you guys. Apparently they had 1 million pre-orders a long time ago, but now they're apparently significantly past 1 million pre-orders, you guys.
Sweet.
God damn.
Awesome.
Still can't wait for both of them. Oh yeah, so Grand Theft Auto Online, we talked a little bit about it. Rockstar officially went out and said, hey, we will support microtransactions for money. What you'll be able to do is, I believe, I don't know the exact pack numbers. You can all you can buy is money, from what we've heard. However, you can either I don't remember what it was. I believe you can buy a 100K pack, a 500K pack, and $1 million pack. And I think it goes up to $5, $10, $15.
Mm-hmm.
Now this is to buy like to pump to build up your vehicles and all that stuff and buy weapons and ammo. But like I said, everything is still gated, so you can, let's say, day one, get it, spend $15, get $1 million, and then you can still only buy a pistol till you actually go and level up some stuff. So I don't know how the microtransactions will actually influence stuff. Also, this game isn't really meant to be super competitive, so you know what I mean? Like, I don't know. There's not really too much of a bad side other than, hey, do you feel like doing heists for an hour? No. How about you just give us $15? Boom, you got the money you wanted, but not the experience, I guess. So I don't know how that's going to be. Despite that, I'm still super excited to actually play Grand Theft Auto 5 online. I just want to do stupid stuff with friends. That sounds.
I just can't wait to
sounds
see
great.
like the ridiculous scale of everything.
Yeah. What's awesome is apparently they're when the online comes out, you'll be able to do deathmatch and all the heists and stuff. But they're also apparently planning like a content creator, so you can be like, hey, I want this race. These are the checkpoints. Then boom, let's go. Or like, hey, let's do a deathmatch, but let's only have this circle area and these guns. And that sounds like you'll be able to constantly have like, dude, did you try doing a deathmatch up on that mountain in those buildings? No, man. Dude, let's fucking do it. And then it's gonna be sweet. And you're like, oh man, we gotta tell the world.
It's pretty kick-ass.
It's be great. It's be pretty great.
You know what I really can't wait for?
What's up?
I'm curious as to how long people are going to be playing this game moving forward. Like, you know how GTA 4, for example, just had craziness going on for however many years?
Mm-hmm.
I wonder how much longer GTA 5 is going to stick around.
Well, if they do like GTA 4, where they put out 2 expansion packs, and it didn't change the world, it changed what you could do in it,
Yeah.
I think that'd be pretty crazy and fun to find things that you can't do yet. But if they were to do, let's say, like the dude said on Reddit, where you could add like Las Venturas, like the entire Las Vegas area, that would be crazy because that gives you like a whole new area where they can pre-think out, like, okay, man, Grand Theft Auto Online's been out for, I don't know, let's say a year right now.
Yeah.
And people have liked death matches in these types of areas. Then you add like Las Venturas, and then they kind of pre-plan out, like, okay, let's make this area kind of look like it'd be really good for death matches, but let's add this type of stuff. Like, I don't know.
Can you
if they add stuff, I think it'll be
Can
crazy.
you imagine
but-
if they added that, but
sure they will.
just added a mission in where it was rob a casino, planet, go.
Yeah, that'd be cool. That'd be cool, especially if it was multiplayer.
But like,
Yeah.
but they did like kind of like the payday-ish thing where it's
Yeah.
like here are
Multiple
your
day or
here multiple day. Here are your here are your 7 options. Pick
Yeah.
which one you think.
I still wish. I hope the game is going to somehow hit it. I know we've played Payday a lot. I know Devin, you enjoy that a lot. But King and Lich was a game where you would kind of rob stuff and then you'd turn on each other or help each other to get to the end and get a payout. And I hope that GTA 5, sorry, will sort of allow that kind of. And I hope it's going to feel on that same level of like, dude, these guys could fuck me over at any time, or my auto aim's going to mess up and kill all my teammates. I don't know. I'm
Like
kinda-
dragging a bag out and you shoot him in the back of the
yeah,
head
it's
by
like, thanks,
accident.
man. Do all Batman Dark Knight or whatever.
Yeah.
Anyway, craziness. Next thing
Don't forget
story,
that GTA 5 is also going to be coming to
possibly
gen, right?
and
Yep.
PC. Yeah,
Yep.
They found some more code of that.
It's pretty sweet.
Actually, apparently, yeah, the PS3 version had some leaked code as well as some like bug reports that mentioned some stuff with the PC version and all that.
Jeez.
So it's probably coming. I'm pretty sure it's coming. Anyways, you guys like that Steam family sharing thing that we talked about last week?
Yeah, it's pretty cool.
Band's officially started. They've started with 1,000 people, and they will slowly bring that number up.
Cool.
The only
I
thing
will also note that the picture in the background has Gary Busey.
Cool. I will also point out that apparently the authentication to authenticate a PC to allow it to have access to your content is apparently wonky. I don't know what it is, but that's the one thing people have been complaining about in the forums, being like, can you make it more secure or can you make it easier or something? I don't know. I don't know exactly what the complaint
That's
is about.
oxymoronic.
Yeah. Call me moron.
Secure and easy do not run hand in hand.
Yeah. Hey, you guys excited for Beyond Two Souls, which is coming out in October? I think
Yeah.
October 10th. I think there's multiple ways. There's an early access demo. I think there's ways to get to it via a Facebook post or pages that you can like. I think there's some pre-order stuff. There's all sort of stuff. That demo is officially out, and I think people are saying it's pretty good.
Nice.
I'm kind of excited for that full game. I'm probably not, even if I get access to this demo, I'm probably not going to play it so that when I get the game, I won't be like, oh, it's the part from the demo. I'm going to do like the same thing.
You won't.
So you'll just be kind of going into it fresh.
Yeah.
Neat.
Because I feel like if I played the demo and then let's say it's like 2 hours in the game, I won't react depending on what I've done for the past 2 hours. I'll react probably the same way that I went through the demo the first time. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? Like,
definitely smart.
yeah. And that's pretty much it for news that we've got this week.
What do we got? New releases coming out.
Holy shit! Next week we've got stuff such as NBA 2K14 for the 360, PS3, and PC. We've got
Alright.
Rain for the PSN, which is something I'm actually pretty excited for. Not knowing too much what it is, but here's a crazy platformer. We have Etrian Odyssey Untold, the Millennium Girl, which is coming out for the 3DS. I don't know if it's like a expansion-y crazy more stuff than normal Etrian Odyssey 4 that was on there before, but that's maybe possibly cool. We have Rune Factory 4 on the 3DS. We have Arma Tactics on the PC, which is actually made by the people who make Arma, Bohemia Interactive, but it's a top-down XCOM-y thing.
Cool.
We have Die, Die, Die for the PlayStation Vita. No idea what the hell that is.
Sweet.
We have,
Are you getting it, Riccio?
you know what? If it's good. It looks like a worm with teeth.
Yeah.
What?
It looks like a
yeah,
worm with teeth.
Worm with teeth.
Oh,
as-
teeth.
Yeah.
Worm with teeth.
No, teeth.
Teeth.
Bites. We also have Legend of Zelda Wind Waker HD coming out in box version since it's already available for download.
Yep. And Diablo 3 for the Xbox Live Marketplace.
Yeah, it's pretty much the download version that they've been waiting multiple weeks on for some
Yep.
reason.
Cool.
Yeah, and that's pretty much it for releases. That's
Yeah.
it. That's crazy.
What do I got for comments?
On the comments on the YouTube channel, let me do a refresh real quick. Oh, wow, okay, sweet. Okay, we have DeWinning saying, awesome podcast, guys. You earned a new sub. Keep up the great work.
Thank
Also,
you.
I should mention, if you guys are in the chat, you have any questions, let them be heard now because we will be reading through these comments and getting to you soon. DeWinning also says, can't wait for the marathon. Hell yeah, buddy. We're also
I'm super
about it.
excited for it.
Hopefully,
I'm
my
stoked that I get to contribute this time.
I'm super excited.
I hope I won't have a cold or be allergied.
Yeah.
It's okay, bro. If you do, I'll bring you some crazy Indian remedies.
Yes, I like it.
Curries.
I like it.
I want hundreds of curries.
Bobby, not fucking curry.
I feel like I'm such a good down right now. I'm like, yeah, guys, let's just do this. Okay, anyway. I'm going to read this properly. I almost messed it up. Burns the Nation.
Burns the Nation.
Burns the Nation. he says in the comment, first of all, my name is pronounced Burns Nation.
Way to butcher it.
Yeah, the Burns Z Nation. I tried to say it.
Burns Z Nation.
But it's whatever. Just for your information, and Lamau, I will not stab you because I butchered it last time. I just want to meet you guys and possibly an autograph. My question is, what free games would you be?
This is the guy who's going to be meeting me in Centrum.
I think so, yes.
On the console launch?
Yeah.
Sign
All
his-
right. I'll see you there.
Sign his breasts. Anyway, my question is,
No.
my question is, what free-to-play games would you be interested in playing with your subs, and would you guys be able to hop on TeamSpeak to play some Counter-Strike Global Offensive? Global Offensive? CSGO.
CSGO.
Great podcast, by the way.
Yes, I would be able to hop on some TeamSpeak to play some CSGO with you. Unfortunately, Monday to Friday, I'm pretty packed most of the time.
Weekend.
This weekend, I'm packed because I've got some stuff going on. But next weekend, I should be good to go. So we can potentially maybe play some times then. If you feel like adding me on Steam, you feel free to.
If you want to add us on Steam, and just message us anytime for CSGO.
Yeah, just send me a link.
We'll probably play with you, yeah.
Yeah.
As long as you don't suck. No, I'm kidding. No.
Riccio won't play with you. I will, though.
I still will because I think it's fun. He says, what free-to-play games would be interested in playing with our subs?
I want to try Warframe. I played like 20 minutes of it, and I want to try
I
playing
was
some
actually
more
just
of
going
that.
to say, I'm pretty sure isn't there already like a pretty nice following for Warframe?
I don't know how many people are still playing it right now. I'm still waiting to go back to it once the PS4 comes out, I guess. But yeah, we had a good following of people. We
Yeah.
had like good 6 or 7 of us. But
I want to try that.
Warframe is tough because it's only 4 players a match, which is tough. But no, that'd be really cool. PlanetSide 2 would be something that's also really fantastic to play because you can just get a shit ton of us. Free to play. If we were to try like an MMO, like something like Neverwinter would be cool.
I want to try Terra.
Terra is by level 20 or 30. If Kai knows in the chat, he's gonna stab me in the face. But Terra will. Yeah. No, it's really good, but it does get kind of repetitive, sort of. And apparently,
okay.
we're being told. I forgot about that. Warframe actually just recently got a huge patch, which changed up a lot of stuff.
Wicked.
And added some new things, I think. So maybe I'll go check that out. But yeah, there's a lot of free games out there, but I can't think of any right now.
If you want to post some that you would like to play, maybe we can take a look at them.
Or yeah,
Be cool.
or common games that we everybody probably has. That'd be cool.
Like Call of Duty Trippy Thought.
Or Grand Theft Auto 5 on the PS3, yo. Yeah. I feel like I'm totally out of it today. I'm just yelling shit. Anyways, Andreas Davidson says, hey all, wanted to say I'd recommend to use the software Riccio has used in the past, that being Raid Call. Also, I wanted to ask your opinions on Bitcoins, any aspect.
Bitcoins are so dumb.
I don't know much about them other than you can turn real money into them or something, and you can just spend them on the internet. In weird,
they're
weird
like
places.
they're internet currency.
CD money.
They're really seedy money.
Yeah. Holy shit. Okay, Sarge just mentioned APB Reloaded. I bought that game the day it came out, and that was fantastically fun. I would love to go back to APB for just like a stupid weekend one
That'd
day.
be hilarious.
I should do it. I think it still has my character from the
Oh,
original.
really? Wicked.
Also, he mentioned Raid Call. If you guys ever want to join Raid Call, I do have one set up for my live stream that people sometimes hang out in, I guess. Maybe not so much anymore. But if you go to GameTime W/Riccio, kind of like with, or else it's GameTime with Ricky. There's not enough letters. So the W/ makes it Riccio. Yeah, feel free to go in
I think
there.
we're going to be calling him Ricky from now
Hey,
on.
Ricky.
God damn it.
Trailer Park
Like,
Boy.
it's
Rico.
funny because
So many
Skin jokes around and calls me Rocco, and then in Grand Theft Auto 5, there's just like a random character called Rocco, and
Is he Italian?
no, I don't know. It's just like a side character. Hey, go to Rocco. I was like, oh, son of a bitch. Stab you in the face, Rocco. Anyway, yeah, Bitcoins, I don't know. CD stuff. What kind of stuff do you guys want to do with Bitcoins? If you guys had,
100,000 Bitcoins.
what would you do with your Bitcoins? What would you buy that's on the internet that would be seedy? You know, be as vague as you can if it's super disgusting, but maybe,
Bitcoins.
I don't know. I've never actually dealt with Bitcoins. I don't know.
I
know there's like this separate browser you can load up that brings you into like this crazy like intranet cloud fogged fucked thing that just has Bitcoin buying weird things like, yo, I want to order drugs or I want to order an assassination and just some weird shit. And I don't even know. That's just some crazy.
Bitcoins are untraceable.
Yeah.
Is what they're designed to be. It's just really
Crazy.
You're untraceable.
CD, don't kill us with Bitcoins, please.
Yeah, no.
We have Sweet22 saying, "Good day, ye. I got a question for thee that would make you wonder. What invention from this year is most mind-blowing to you?" I'll read his to give us.
I don't know.
So he says, "For me, is the camera with the capability to take instantaneous 1 terabyte photos. Also, maybe the quantum graviton device, basically a strong laser with dots everywhere. I don't know what that means. That is able to move super small packets of atoms between 2 places. Essentially, a super small laser teleporter." And actually getting new info about working fusion generators is cool as well.
Actually, the coolest thing for me was mind-blowing was a couple of days ago, some scientists were able to make a matter completely out of protons.
Tell me all about it, Devin. I'm just going to go over here.
Do you understand that? The gravity of that, Kumar? Part of my terrible physics
I do,
fund?
yes. Yes, it just sounds funny how it just came up casually in conversation.
Yeah, but that's a crazy shit. So that's the thing that has blown my mind.
I missed this pun. What was this pun you said?
Gravity of the situation. Protons.
What can I smash across your face here? My cold. No, okay.
I'd hit you.
Actually, subsequent to a lot of that stuff, there's I know that there have been quite a few developments specifically regarding radiocarbon dating and whatnot as well. So
Yeah, that's true.
carbon dating in general is nuts, but some of the shit that these brilliant minds have been able to put together and continue developing is just, oh my god, like I have a hard time believing that we as humans are even able to figure this shit out.
Yeah.
I shouldn't even say we as humans. I'm gonna say that these people can figure this shit out.
These super beings.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's so far beyond anything that I could ever even hope to understand.
It's honestly just a way of thinking.
Yeah.
It's really what it is.
It really is, and
brilliance.
for them it's a lifestyle, right? Because they've got, like, when I say lifestyle, I mean they've got such a commitment to the entire field and the entire industry.
Yep.
They take these projects on as their own, and it becomes life work, right? So
yeah. Well, I was listening to a great talk about what makes a genius, and anybody is capable of being a genius. It's the environment that you're placed in as well, because like a genius, you don't have to be a scientific genius to be a genius. You can be a musical genius or anything like that. Like Beethoven, all he did all the time was think about music. The Beatles, all they did all the time was think about music.
Drugs. Oh,
that was
sorry.
it, and drugs.
they did spend a lot of time thinking about drugs.
But like, you know what I mean? Like,
drugs.
it's you dedicate yourself to something so much that your subconscious thinks about it as well, and you get those like moments of brilliance and just sparks. That's what a genius is.
That's crazy.
Like, most people think of a genius as just someone who's really smart.
Yeah.
It's not so much just smarts. It's, dedicating yourself to something so intensely that
Getting that brain seed.
Yeah, exactly. So, I think that's pretty cool.
Put it in a single statement. A genius is 99% perspiration and 1% inspiration.
Yeah.
Don't sweat it.
Yeah,
And
Sergio.
in 0.5 cocaine.
Yeah. He says, what would be my most craziest invention? Definitely the iPhone 5S with the it's got that new touch finger thing. Uncrackable, I bet.
No,
what? It's already been. No.
You know what's funny is
Sarcasm.
one of my buddies is like big into the cracking and hacking scene, and like 20 minutes after they were launched,
Thank God you said hacking after that.
like somebody
One of my friends who's totally into crack was
who is 20 minutes after the iPhone was launched, they broke the sensor.
Oh wow!
And they cracked it.
Yeah, I know. I heard.
And they said the hardest part was getting a hold of the iPhone.
That's pretty crazy.
Lol.
Yeah. No, I don't know. I don't actually know. Maybe the PS4, Xbox One. No, I'm not actually sure. I can't. I don't pay attention to a lot of the new invention stuff.
The fact that a resolution higher than 4K was theorized.
Really?
Yeah.
You should get those in the Oculus.
You know what the worst part is? Is that that's not even surprising.
No.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like we've been so desensitized to advancement in technology that it's almost sad to see these people come up with the shit and then us not even really appreciate it.
Well, don't you just take a 4K TV and put it in one of those like crushing plier things and you just turn the knob and you're like, hey, look what we're creating here. We're making it better. Isn't that how it works?
Yeah.
I told you guys.
That $7,000 television.
Yeah. So you get that better than 4K TV. You take 2 of them and you just start crushing them.
And you get
That's
14K,
8K.
14,000K?
Oh, wait, you're multiplying them?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
There you go.
16,000K.
Oh yeah, no, I meant 2 by 2 by 2. Like you're cubing it into.
Oh, the wonderful. Yeah.
You get one single massive multi-pixel.
Then you taste light.
Trademarking multi-pixel right here. But yeah.
I'm trademarking
Is that a
marking
fucking
the
verbal
catchphrase
trick or what?
taste
No,
right.
it's a TV without the rim, but you can watch it from any side. It's just a cube TV where you can just be like, hey, what's going on? I'm going to go to the kitchen on the back end of my TV, and I can still see my video game. It's going to be fantastic.
Wonderful.
Multi-pixel.
MCP has a comment as well.
Says, hi, Riccio. Do you still want to buy Xbox One people when people are able to hack the Kinect so the hacker can see through it?
Yeah.
Of course, MCP would bring that up.
MCP really doesn't want me to get an Xbox One. I'm getting it to be able to make
I love
footage.
it, by the way.
and
I
crazy
want to
stuff.
take this opportunity to thank MCP for all the shenanigans that he keeps throwing
Yeah,
at Riccio's
it's
face.
wonderful.
Yes, I still want it. What I'm gonna do is when he or she is able to hack into my Xbox One and
Gonna be your
theoretically
junk dangling in front
theoretically
of the Kinect.
watchmesleep.com. Yeah, I'm literally
Wait,
going.
wait. I don't even have to put a webcam in your room now.
I'm
I can just use your Kinect. Perfect.
I'm gonna sit there in
Wonderful.
40-degree summers, eating chicken and just getting greasy. And then when I see the little Kinect light go bing, I'll just slowly just get up,
Jiggle.
just peel my shit out, and then just sort of just pull my butt, and then what's gonna happen is it's gonna be a CG scene where dinosaurs are gonna run out, and that dude's gonna be like, I thought I just witnessed someone dying, and I don't know.
So wrong.
No, I'm gonna hack it.
So I'm gonna
to
cut
just
you
show
off
like
there.
no,
and
it's not
I'm
actually
gonna
gonna
start
be me.
plugging this.
It's not actually gonna be me.
and
I just hold on.
saying-
We still the cases, but it's not actually gonna be me. I just want some grotesque shit to happen. So they're just like, was that real? Did I just see that happen? And that I want to prank.
You're the worst.
My brain is in the worst places today. I'm so sorry, everybody. Yeah, if anybody has any last minute comments in the chat, let them be known. Devin, take it away with the closing statements.
So, guys, thank you.
Wait, where did you? Sorry. Where did you read these from again?
These are from the. Oh, we have another one. Sorry, we have. It was from the comments on the YouTube video. We have Katie
okay.
Jules also for the last minute stuff saying, "Hey guys, sorry about the late question. No worries. Watching it live on my phone. What are you guys most excited about during the coming months, game wise or otherwise?" And can Kumar answer the question from a few podcasts ago? I think it was Andreas who asked. Ooh, all right. So let's talk about the first thing first. I'm gonna go finding here in the last minute question. Or not the last minute. Sorry, the last question.
What did she just ask? She said, "What are we?
What are you most excited for in the coming months, whether game or otherwise?" I'm gonna go check out the other.
Honestly,
podcasts.
I'm really excited for Battlefield 4.
Yeah, actually that game is looking really sick.
It's looking real good.
It does look real good.
I would find.
I'm excited for some work stuff. I have a couple of big things happening with the company. It's going to eat up a whole lot more time than we initially thought, but it's going to be incredibly exciting. I don't want to share it just yet, but I think when the time is right, I'll be able to
It's wonderful.
extend an invite actually to possibly include some people.
Oh, that'd be awesome.
Yeah. So I'm very, very excited for what's going to be happening, and it's taken us a hell of a long time to get here, but it's been worth it.
Yeah.
It's whooped our ass several times, but we've come out of it stronger and stronger every time. So looking forward to what's going to come next.
Nice.
What about you, Rico?
Here we go. I don't know. Like honestly, like the next gen consoles for sure. I'm excited for that to finally be here. But all in all, it's a really weird thing. I'm just on a personal level, I'm excited to see what ends out working out for me for either trying to do live stream stuff or doing this YouTube stuff like I am already like we're already doing, I should say.
I want to.
I'm excited to see like what just comes
Yeah,
next if we keep
well-
doing things like this.
Yeah.
So just in
pretty-
terms of growth and whatnot?
Yeah, growth or just whatever happens.
Yeah.
Some weird stuff.
Pretty fascinating.
But I think I found the question that Katie Jules was talking about. If not, let us know on the next one as well. But Andreas asked, I don't know if you were here for this podcast, Kumar, but he said...
Probably wasn't. I'm missing if I hadn't answered it, then I mustn't have been there, right?
Yeah, well, if this sounds familiar to you, then stop me and I'll go check another one.
Okay.
But he says, so Andreas Davidson asked last podcast, he said, what did you want to be when you were young and how have you changed that view today?
Oh, man.
There's multiple questions, but that's the first one.
Okay, so to answer that in a nutshell, first and foremost, I'm pretty sure like several other kids at
You want to be
like,
several
4
other
or
kids?
5 years old. No, like several other kids. I
Yeah.
wanted to be an astronaut.
Okay.
You know, between the ages of 4 to 6, I think.
Okay.
And then getting a little bit more sentimental, from probably ages 6 to 15 or so.
Okay.
So for a good chunk of my childhood, and well into my teenage years, I actually wanted to be my uncle. And reason being is I didn't know what he did. Don't worry, he wasn't some crazy fucking mafia guy or anything. But
Now you know where you get your suits.
I just took him out of his closet. He used to wear them when he was a kid. No, I wanted to be my uncle, and reason being is because I knew that despite whatever he was doing and however difficult it was, he always came home happy, and the guy was always smiling. He was always really, really glad to see myself, my cousins, my aunt, my mom. He was always really, really happy to see us, and it resonated with me. It's one of those things that, you know, when you're a kid and something predominant happens in your life and you just remember it for forever.
Yeah.
That was one of them. Like, of all the hilarious memories I have of my uncle, one of the most predominant ones is exactly that. Is just the fact that I for the longest time I never understood his role or his job or this and that, but I always understood one thing, and that was that the guy always, like, he held his family so close, and he loved everyone in that home kind of thing, and it was always fun to be around the guy. So I wanted to be him.
Damn, that's
Pretty awesome, man.
yeah. Damn.
He's a good inspiration. He's an incredibly hardworking guy, so I'm glad I learned from him. I'm blessed to have him close. What was the rest of that loaded question?
How how has that changed? How have you changed that view today? So I guess what has changed for you?
Well, I'd say I have a much better appreciation for what he did and what he's continued to do for his family since then. When you're a kid, it's obviously limited, right? Because you don't necessarily have the perspective to appreciate certain things. But now, given that I'm a little bit older and I do understand some of the shit that he's been through, and I mean, despite all that hardship, the fact that he's pulled through it for himself, for his family, for his kids, everyone, I think part of what's changed is that I've just been able to adopt his philosophies a lot closer to heart, and probably more so just because I understand them now, way more than I ever did. So I carry that into everything that I do, whether it be a personal relationship or a professional relationship, and I think it's led me to my own success. So how I changed from it, I'd say I've become a better person, and I'm still working on it. Obviously, no one's perfect, but it's impacted and influenced pretty much everything that I've come to do in my life.
Damn. That was a
Pretty intense,
a
man.
good answer.
Well, it's a personal look into my life.
Yeah. Hopefully that first question was good for you, K. Jules. The next part of this also sort of has to do with that.
Multi-level.
It is multi-level. Andrew always has some fantastic questions. He says, sorry, that was already it. Also, what would you say that you have sacrificed to get to this point in your life? He says, in general, this specific moment, or et cetera, that you choose.
Jeez, what have I sacrificed? I've sacrificed a ton of shit that I'm very much not happy with, and shit that I am happy with. So everything from sacrificing relationships to even parts of my health, sanity, you name it. I've been through my rounds in terms of trying to get to where I am today, and I'm sure I'm going to go through more of them. I'm not kind of throwing in the towel here saying that I'm done, but biggest sacrifices are probably relationships.
Yeah.
Personal and professional, actually, because there are certain times when you'll be at a crossroads, and I'm sure people have already been at their own crossroads, but you'll come to them in certain times when you really don't want to have to deal with them. And it's a classic sort of decision that all of us have probably seen in a video game, yet it's in real life, right? So I want to say that the things that have probably impacted me heavily, both negatively and positively, have been relationships.
Makes sense, yeah.
Yeah.
Damn. All right, well, hopefully that answers your question. That was it. You made it.
I gotta go back and listen to what you guys said.
You passed I remember I don't think we took it that seriously. I think I was saying that it was legit. Like, whenever I grew up, I wanted to be a train conductor for some reason. And then going out of that, I went to something way more serious. I wanted to be a masseuse.
You realize that this details so much of your life, so many things that
you guys are saying that. Okay, so did you hear the second part though? Like,
You wanted to be a masseuse?
yeah, a train conductor to a masseuse.
I understand Riccio better now than I've ever understood him before.
What the fuck? How does that unlock things about me? I don't understand. Anyway,
Achievement unlocked. Better understanding
I
Riccio.
probably said it better last podcast. I can't think properly
that's
today.
amazing.
So
That's so funny.
I said I wanted to be an engineer like my dad, and then realized that I did not want to do that because I saw all the sacrifices that he had to make, and the terrible strain that he's under all the time for deadlines, for maintaining certain things, and he's really well respected in his community, and I can't go anywhere on this planet without him knowing someone No, you think I'm joking? I'm not even fucking joking. Like,
You know
I
me.
absolutely believe you.
like
Now he knows me, I guess.
I went to China for a month, and I had people who emailed me being like, "Oh, if you want to go out for lunch, I'm over here in Beijing. Like, come hang out with me. I know your dad."
Who are you?
I'm like, "I don't know you." "Oh, I know your dad." What? Like, it's ridiculous. So, you know, he's pretty well respected and he's a pretty amazing man, but not that
You
I
gotta
don't
draw the
want
line somewhere, eh, Sumps?
not that I don't want to work as hard as he does. I definitely put everything I can into my job, but that's not for me, I guess.
Yeah.
Is what I'm saying. Like, I'm more IT based, and I like he's definitely a designer. You know, he designs things, he manages pretty large crews of people. I really like helping people, I guess, more than telling them what to do. That not saying I definitely want to end up in a management position someday. So just a different route to get to the same thing, I guess.
Cool.
Yeah.
We have a question from the chat. We had Bronwyn saying, Devin, did you not say that you'd pay a Brit to read out Gone Home for you? I'll do it. How much is the pay?
It pays free.
That was a really creepy voice, Riccio.
Bronwyn, if you can pay your way here, you will also be not paid, and Devin will enjoy your
Company.
Your company of reading. I want to say something about Gone Home, but I won't. There was another question. Bronwyn also asked, any Valkyria coming up on the channel, and would you grow your beards to shave at the marathon for donations? Yes. I'm going to look like poop, though.
I've already got
I can just grow it the week of, and I'll be
I've
okay.
already got the pedo stash going.
Gross. I already look like disgusting scraggle blech, but
I will not shave until the marathon.
I can try.
Wait,
to do
I
that.
have a better idea. If we grow out full beards and stashes and everything, or does he mean like not shave them clean, but rather like shave
Into
something
stuff.
into them?
Yeah. Like, we shaved crazy stuff into Riccio's last year.
Yeah, tried
Oh,
to.
okay.
But yeah, I
turned
just look
out
like
pretty
I look like Wolverine or something.
Yeah, it was pretty sweet.
So
I
should
kept it
should
for like a
bring
week.
My toolkit with my razors and shit.
Sure. But Kumar, did you not hear what happened last year at the marathon?
I vaguely remember you guys telling me, but I know I didn't see anything.
I had two people bidding against me or against to get me to shave off half my mustache.
Yeah.
And then I ended up shaving off half of it, and then somebody paid me more money to keep the half not shaved.
Yeah.
So I had a day and a half of a half mustache.
Yeah, that's pretty good.
I do remember that.
But
Yes, it was terrible.
yeah, no, we definitely love to do more stuff like that. Devin, if you're okay with
How was that policed? Did you just have to take a picture at the end of the next day?
No, well, it was,
no, I cast it, so you kind of saw mine.
Oh, okay.
yeah.
But after that week, we had a week before we went back to school, so I kept it during that week. And when I went back to school, I kind of shaved that shit off.
Yeah.
But yeah, no,
You look
it's
like
really-
that dude from the Hunger Games.
Ugh. Oh no, that would have been a cool look, but no. There's another.
I think it was from Sarge saying what was our favorite
Yeah.
character.
No, what do you think will be Valve's third announcement? Half-Life 3, something that seems stupid. I think it's gonna be something hopefully social because there's 2 circles with a plus. So.
Yeah, it's probably gonna be like
Yeah.
we bought Facebook.
Oh, that'd be crazy. they bought Zynga and they made it kill itself.
Not shit.
No, no, they just ended it.
They just put it out of its misery.
Yeah, but no, that's pretty much it. Oh no, his first part of the question was if we have more Valkyria coming. None this week. The weekend we will maybe record some. Dan is currently sick, so we'll see what we can do.
Yep.
I would very much love to play some more of it because it's been a week, and you guys miss it because don't get to watch some, but we also miss it because we really want to play some, but schedules are poop.
Yes.
So we'll try to get some. I'm trying to tide you guys over with some sweet Gone Home and more System Shock, hopefully. But
Yes, indeed.
yeah, Devin, any last closing comments you'd like to
No, that's
everybody about how to watch our stuff?
Okay, well, thank you guys for tuning in. If you guys are listening to on iTunes, make sure you check out our YouTube stuff. We've got Let's Plays, dry runs, and our lovely podcast in video format where you can look at myself and Riccio, sometimes Dan, but never Kumar, it seems. If
is
you
fall.
guys are watching this on YouTube, don't forget to like and subscribe and check out some of our other stuff. If this is your first time listening to the podcast and you just skip to the end, hello, welcome. You should listen to the rest of
Fucking rewind right now.
listen to the rest of the
I don't
podcast.
understand why I'm taking these pills.
If you guys have comments or questions, make sure you put them in the chat where we read them next week live on cast, as well as if you want to watch us live, we record these Thursday, normally starting about 8 o'clock Eastern. I have no idea what that is, Pacific or Central or...
Pacific's 3 hours
Pacific,
behind us.
-3, Central -2.
Yep.
Time.
UK
It's
plus 5.
Time. It's a fleeting thing.
Japan plus 12.
13.
13.
I only know that because I play with Douglas.
Philippines plus 12.
Why do you know the Philippines?
I have a friend in Philippines.
His wife is there.
Okay.
Friend.
And
of the wife, no.
thank you guys for tuning in. And I hope you like the rest of our stuff. I'm Sompy.
I'm Riccio.
And I'm Kumar.
And we hope you have a wonderful evening.
Thanks for tuning in, guys. Take care.
Get better,
Cheers.
Dan. Get better.
Bye.
Get well soon, Dan.
Get better.
Well.
Have a picture-in-picture dance.